Interesting. So I just needed to start
so far
a whole nother stream. Yo, my bad, we're late, chat. What up, what up, what up?
Maybe not high on the demos, but definitely getting loads of bums. Now MonkeyMoon wants to return it, but
We missed Karmine Corp getting the first goal. Rise got it in.
It was saved by
It was a really close first game.
Starting a counter.
So sorry, y'all.
The defensive touch also. Now all of a sudden we've got a chance. Nolly intercepts it, but for a brief moment it looked like BDS might have something there. Karmine Corp have been by far the better team in the physical aspect of the game.
But it looks like we're live here now.
Creativity in game one, but now they're actually leaving some openings late in the game. Another big interception though. These interceptions are keeping KC safe.
Infield, only as far as exotic. This is the last chance here for BDS.
I wonder if it just was like a dud server it's set up or something.
Just taken off him.
Last chance.
Will hit the ground.
All right, Karmine Corp wins game one. Also, they were saying in the pregame show when I was trying to go live and it was giving me issues. Nolly is
they didn't play passive
listed as just a fill-in, which is interesting.
Going for the equalizer, infield pass after infield pass, being aggressively intercepted. Nolly first and then Vatira afterwards. Hard reading these passes from BDS. BDS have done a.
I feel like originally the rumor was a toe was going to go there, right?
Starting to at least produce some threats, but Karmine Corp completely nullified them. Dominant game one display. Very simple goal as well. They didn't need to take any risks for that goal. I'm pretty sure. Just Vatira saw MonkeyMoon alone in defense. Took him out of the game in what was essentially a 3v1. Ferra is going to be very happy with the team's performance in his first LAN appearance.
I want to make sure these two are the same. Hold on, chat. Oh, I just realized I don't have...
Is that a repeatable play style? And the answer to that is not only yes,
a chat open.
It does seem like they can play.
I had the old chat open for the other one that was lagging.
But they didn't need to be.
That's so weird. It's the first time it's ever happened.
Over from BDS. They had one chance where they almost managed to corner Vatira. Outside of that, the infield passes were very telegraphed and quite easy for Nolly and Vatira to intercept.
Yeah, I like the control early in the game for BDS from Drally in particular. I like his defensive air dribbles. You know, his flip reset outplays in midfield. That's something they can really work on. If Drally is going to have success with the solo play on the ball, you need to try and get something happening off the ball to have a different threat. MonkeyMoon really does sit so close to his monitor. My goodness, he is very, very close to that thing.
We need to find
so
out
they're actually at a gaming expo in Paris,
Bluey, doesn't he?
It might
which
be
is why this was like all French rosters.
Oh no, it's not. I'll tell you who it is. It's probably Ruas, in fact.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Mostly French rosters, even in like the
monitor from
qualifiers.
Rule 1 Ruas. Into game 2 we go. This is single elimination semi-finals of the Flip and Spin Rocket League tournament. A lot of money on the line right now, but these guys, more than anything, want to win in front of this French crowd. Vatira more than anyone else on the pitch, I would imagine, but.
Honestly, I would love to see a Karmine Corp Vitality run back, but
Nolly in there. He's had a lot of success with the French audience when he was playing for Karmine Corp previously. This is another chance for him to rekindle that flame.
Oh, that's on target. Vatira
nice
will
shot.
Go back. Just clears the danger.
Nice save by Vatira as well.
And I mean, we look towards all the roster moves that have happened over in Europe. They've all happened for one reason: catch up to Vitality.
Yep.
That's what this event is about for both these teams. Win it, whoa, and you've got your
Nice
challenge.
shot.
However, too strong on the challenge, and he's got through.
Yeah, the speed in the approach as well completely surprised Rise. MonkeyMoon just got there a lot faster than Rise was expecting. And, you know, if Rise was thinking he could beat MonkeyMoon to that ball, you better think again. MonkeyMoon too quick to the punch, and it's an opening goal for BDS with a massive 50-50.
MonkeyMoon, who has become very much the face of the franchise for BDS. Part of that roster that dominated over in RLCS Season X, won the World Championship. Now he's handed that one away way too easily. Just trying to stay close. Nolly again. Didn't actually get too much on it. Now it's K-Corp moving forwards. That's going to drop down dangerously. Everyone's there. Up goes Vatira. One each.
And it's that double commit from BDS again. They've just got nobody left in defense because Drally and MonkeyMoon both play the ball. If one of them had sat back in net while the other challenges, we're probably not seeing a KC goal right here. It's these small mistakes from BDS. We saw them in the quarterfinal. We see it again
funny.
now. When the pressure's on, when they need to make a immediate decision of who goes in defense, very often we're seeing two players commit and not have a recovery plan afterwards.
Good boost steal though. BDS have got a lot to work with. Charlie's miss. just means that the offense fizzles out. Now Vatira, he managed to fake it out and didn't manage to get the ball to drop down into the net, but again, the panic from BDS, it just seems immediate, and they were almost caught out yet again. Now looking for the air bump, Nolly avoids.
Now I push that over.
There by Nolly, offloading defense now from Exotic to Monkeyman, who hasn't got the right takeoff for his aerial, but Drally will handle the defensive.
Rise goes and
problems
sits on
that
the
they
bench
have
for a
with
minute.
Nice demo and recovery. The interceptions again and the passing plays BDS have attempted, BDS have attempted, they've been intercepted consistently by Karmine Corp, and early as well. These aren't late interceptions. They're reading the plays, they're trusting themselves to get the correct prediction every single time. Oh, that was nearly a brilliant recovery.
There it is!
Oh
my goodness.
Chance for Exotic.
No way.
Oh dear, well, I might want to
Hold up!
that because he's going to have another opportunity.
No way!
I don't believe it.
No way! It's open!
Well, Monkeyman thought he had the mind game to get the opening or to get the go-ahead goal, but instead it's a last-ditch save and a counter-attack for Karmine Corp. That is unbelievable. Monkeyman, I think he was either bumped into saving his own shot there or just a last-ditch save by the defender to not knock it into the post. Phenomenal either way. Monkeyman thought he had time, faked out one defender, but someone else came in behind him.
That is ridiculous. That is one of the most absurd goals I've witnessed. There's no shot. Or BDS, despite starting well, that is a confidence knock. Rise now off the ceiling, looking to try and add more misery to it. Who wants to take him on the challenge? Nolly turns, and Drali gets across.
It's so important now for BDS to just continue playing as if nothing has happened. That's such a frustrating moment for them, I'm sure, to be that close to scoring and instead have it go the other way. It just feels like such a big difference in the game. But it's just a small part of the series, and they're in a good position in the bigger picture. They're playing a lot better than game one. They're fighting for that midfield. But can they keep it up? Can they maintain the level that clearly KC have brought to the table today? They're still, for me, the deserved leaders in this game.
Think about how much this means to Exotic as well. They've moved him on, looking to try and catch up to Team Vitality. He wants to get a win here, prove that. Nah, he's doing just fine without them.
True though. True though.
When it was announced that he was going to be moving on. Moon on the turn, Vatira should have it. Well, that is a lovely position, and Exotic just couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, he just didn't get the touch he wanted there. That was, you know, initially a bad touch in defense by Nolly, accidentally centering the ball. Exotic couldn't get a shot, he couldn't get a pass in the position. Monkeyman is getting bumped away from the play. It looks like Nolly's going to be back for the save. KC doing their homework in defense.
Hey, Drali, over the second.
Can start to try and build an attack on the counter as BDS are starting to run out of steam.
I really like the HUD they got down here for the boost. It's really slick.
Like KC though, they've had one of those per game.
Oh, double commit as well. They're going to be relying on Vatira to bail them out of this. Bail them out, he's done. Just took all of the sizzle out of the play. Very close to KC already being up by 2-0. Another one-goal game. Exotic back into the midfield. That's not going to be any pressure at all. Rice now got it exactly where he wants on the bounce. He can now set up for the outplay. And Monkeyman actually very nonchalant. He's now got his team set up. Vatira look for the Psycho. Doesn't quite get it. In field, two players have it. They've got the ball to the opposite side of the field.
KC are just defending so well right now. They're going to need to do better BDS than this. They need to string together some touches that are harder to read. KC don't even give them a chance in the 0-second exchange. BDS, who made it into the semi-final with the 0-second
Yo, honestly,
goal.
I've been really enjoying the artwork just over it, like not just artwork, but the overlays and everything for Flip and Spin.
Not going well for BDS, and it was all down to that one moment in the middle of the game where Monkeyman had a chance from point-blank range, but he was denied by a Karmine Corp defender. And then the counter-attack as well, just to add insult to injury.
Yeah, this was a painful game for BDS to sit through. And for Cassio, this is now going to be his first big test. How does he get his team back onto the right mental state to go and attack the rest of this series?
I love how you can hear
before KC win the next two. Otherwise, they will find themselves eliminated on their first LAN match together.
I'm guessing the English casters probably have
try and get that first game on the board.
Just a direct line into the game, right?
Their overall aggression in this second game.
Since
they
they're
weren't stuck
sitting
in
next to each
defense
other?
as often, and they have in fact called the timeout here to try and figure out what's
right
going
choice.
wrong. Yeah, definitely a good idea there after dropping 2 straight games. But for me, I want to see more controlled touches. I don't like that they're just giving the ball away too often. I think the one touch that really stands out for me is when Nolly accidentally centered the ball.
So per tradition,
BDS,
right? Second
jumped up way too fast.
loss, take the
completely missed
timeout.
his touch and gave it away.
Quick chat.
Go. That was
Get
essentially
the heads
in a
together.
2v1. He had Drally behind him. He could be trying to pop the ball and air dribble in front of it. He could be trying to, double tap off the backboard or even shoot directly, depending where the defense are. But yeah, he just didn't get any of those touches. He just dropped it right in front of the defender and gave away the ball. So, if BDS are going to try and win this series, they've got to start being more clinical with their possession plays. They've got to be harder to dispossess than they were, especially in the end of this game.
I think it's very much been proven now that KC can deal with option A from BDS, which does very often seem to be, can we demo the goalkeeper on our way through? The answer has very much been, Nolly and Vatira can see that. They're fine. They can happily avoid a demo, play the ball up into the air, get onto the back ball. They're perfectly comfortable from there. But if you slow play it, you go for these air dribbles and you leave somebody else off the ball to now go and hunt that down, even if it doesn't succeed, Nolly and Vatira are in a much more difficult spot to play from. So I feel like they've got half the idea right, and then the other half is, well, very difficult to make use of those bump and demo plays when you're playing too quickly.
Yeah, they've got a lot to work on here. A lot of people watching this will just see Monkey Moon as usual on top of the scoreboard and think, okay, it's just Exotic and Drally they've got to step up. But for me, it's the whole team's got to step up. There are individual moments where Exotic's made a bad touch here. Drally and Monkey Moon have double committed there. But overall, I think the whole team's got to just start gelling more. And sometimes these loose passes are not entirely because the pass is necessarily bad.
No.
If your teammate's in too predictable of a place, then yeah, it's very hard to pass to him without the defenders spotting it and intercepting it, which is exactly what KC have been doing. BDS have got to be a little bit more sneaky with their positioning, I think, while they're waiting for passes. They can't just be in the traditional, obvious passing lanes against a team like KC. That's much better. There you go.
Jeez, yo, it took BDS no time off the rip.
And an immediate center ball.
Not for the first time, Monkey Moon's recoveries have
It's a beautiful pass by Monkey Moon. My goodness.
Straight down the middle. It's that ability to just draw in multiple defenders that has really separated Monkey Moon from other players across the last few years.
That's what BDS needs here.
A game that is must win for BDS.
It's a nice boost steal as well there for Monkey Moon. Vatira starved for now. Nolly and Rise just buying some time for Vatira to find a boost. Like there he was in the back corner. Enough time wasted for that one to respawn. Oh, big miss on the backboard. Vatira can't get the shots off though. Tries to go low 50s. Everybody Vatira's too strong, but BDS have stopped him.
For Vatira, every day is leg day, and he was going to push through whatever it took. Almost managed to find their way. Still 1-0 for BDS. Exotic reset backboard. Almost found the setup.
Oh, side flip.
The first time Monkey Moon's made a bit of a mistake in this game, and you can see the cost for it. How quickly
Bro, he was
KC
playing from behind this whole ball. Yeah.
Positioning to do so.
Rise with a nice center with nobody there. Sit on the bench, bro.
He's got low boost. Can he get into a teammate? I'm sure he's calling for someone to help.
He's like, no boost, though.
KC are all over BDS here, though. Yes, need to.
Vatira can still keep control. A little bit off the back end of him.
If they can't control the ball, they have to try and react to what KC are doing. That's much better now. So Monkey Moon can just bring this one down. Not the best 50-50 though, as it goes straight towards Vatira. Follow-up shot blocked.
Nice save.
Reflex save by the youngster there. Still, Karmine Corp coming forward.
They're keeping pressure down here, but that's going to
Vatira with the mid boost will
ease it off.
Vatira reset.
Over the second.
Try and play it past the keeper. Still 3 minutes left here in game number 3. Monkey Moon.
Nice counter.
Wants the bump, gets it, backboard.
Nice counter.
It is Drally.
Oh!
Great read by Vatira. Monkey Moon's going to try again off the sidewall. Fake side one. 50-50s at middle to Exotic, who wasn't timing his arrival correctly. A bit too early there. Had to turn around before the ball could come towards him. Ceiling shot pass there from Exotic. Again intercepted by Karmine Corp, who transitioned to the counter-attack so well. It's Vatira with the solo. And it all happened so fast.
It's the horrible
That's a nice
thing
pass
for
up
a
from Rise,
defender.
too.
Exotic hoped upon everything that Vatira couldn't get another touch. Unfortunately for him, second touch midair was available, and it was enough to carry the ball past.
I think he even had a bump in front of that one as well, just in case Exotic could get in the way of the ball. Vatira, it's really...
They might want to consider picking up their stand-in here.
Nice playing defense there by Exotic. He's faked out one, past two. So able to challenge the third as well. It's a great trade when one player can bring the entire team into the ball, one after another. Dralian, immediate shutdown there by Vatira. Dralian was in a good spot, but not for long. This is, you know, we talk about must-win games. This is a must-win game for BDS right now. They cannot afford to.
All right, hold on.
More
Rise, second touch.
Rise,
Woo!
reset, double.
Let's go!
Oh, wow. You just knew that the moment this touch happened, it was already over.
Damn.
KC up 2-1. Rise the difference maker right now.
I'm telling you, the original rumors were that they were going to get a toe, but...
Get worse. That ball is not on the side of a player, so Monkey was going to have to go back. Another challenge.
The squad all together with Nolly. Oh! What?
Nolly had no boost left at the end of that play, but he had enough to get the ball into the middle. Pre-flip, dunk.
But this crew with Nolly. Oh, what a pass. Literally, we're just saying this crew with Nolly looks really dangerous, though. They might want to just pick him up for real.
Started playing together,
and who might not be playing together after.
Yeah, might be finished playing together after this event is done. KC have announced Nolly as a stand-in for this tournament, but he is performing like it's his team for the next season. What a result this would be! Take down one of their biggest rivals, and not just beat them, but absolutely destroy them. BDS have really had nothing for Karmine Corp in this game.
I mean, imagine what this match in particular means for Nolly. Not just the fact that he is a stand-in for an org that, you know, he has proclaimed his love for in the past, but it's to take down the team that eliminated his World Championship hopes.
True.
With KC 2 seasons ago. We know Nolly, and we know anything about that chip on his shoulder. He'll use anything to motivate himself.
Oh yeah, you know, Nolly is one of the most revenge-driven players in the Rocket League scene, probably in Rocket League history. And once again, the revenge strikes. He makes it more of a personal thing. I really do like the way that he uses that as a positive. Instead of feeling sorry for himself, instead of thinking, well, woe is me, I've been benched, I've been removed from a team. No, he just gets right back on the grind and shows that that was a mistake. You shouldn't have benched me. I'm still that guy. And
I'm still that dude.
Raising Nolly's stock for his personal off-season. To astronomical levels.
Yeah, add a few zeros is what he may be thinking right now. Vatira, I think he managed to get that boost. He did. Nolly tried to pop the ball in field, but with a 2-goal lead, there is no need for Rice to commit for it. Oh, they missed it! Okay, and that's a way back in.
Okay, Drally.
And it's Drally on the board for BDS. Rise was up for this one. Tried to get a soft touch into the back corner there, but he misses. And well played by Drally. He just ignored Rise. He decided to play the ball and hope for the miss, and you never know, even at this level, when the defender's going to try and be too precise and miss entirely.
It's very often at this level we've seen so many players just jump up, and you kind of wonder why they're there, because they're completely not playing for this. Oh,
we're tied up with 18 seconds. I went down to get my
okay, there's playing for the miss, and then there's just driving in a normal recovery pattern and seeing what happened. Exotic. Probably didn't expect that
take
one.
those?
He didn't have to expect it.
Well,
it just dropped down in front of him.
We had a segment earlier on where we were going through some players' birthdays. Apparently it's Exotic's birthday today, because that was a gift.
Oh, Nolly for Rise?
He got
with the quick response. Damn.
BDS will have to do it all over again. So once again, after the kickoff, Karmine Corp get multiple players into the play before BDS can recover.
Quick BDS, put the ball off the backboard. It'll be fine. See what they've got. 13 seconds, delayed kickoff. Rise. Try for it. Although there's no players left, it's going to be taken over by Nolly. He will just kill as much time as he can, and apparently that wasn't as much as he wanted. So chance to break here. Monkey moving up, but beat to the ball.
Still a chance for Exotic.
Hold on.
He's done well here to catch
Let him
this.
cook.
Flick is good. Is into the air.
Let him cook.
Blocked by Vatira. That was great defense by Vatira. Drally had that double lined up perfectly. So it's a better 0-second goal attempt that game for BDS than the previous one. but still not enough,
Close
even
though.
with the capitulation at the end of regulation by Karmine Corp.
So 3-0 like that, huh?
The overall game is just too strong. I don't think BDS have got what it takes today. 3-0 for KC.
Bro,
against
I'm
one of
telling
their
you, if
biggest
Nolly
rivals.
ain't
Now
new
it's
third,
trouble
they need to
because
think about
Ferra
it.
was very happy. Oh, that lock-in, that was immediate. That was like 1 second smiling, straight back into death stare.
Yeah, I think they're probably looking back over the replays of that game, thinking, what were we doing here? Yeah, maybe let's not do that again. Meanwhile, for BDS, a lot needs changed. They need to step it up here. I want to see them really go for it here in this next game. I think the only way they're going to reverse sweep Karmine Corp is with a blowout performance. Yeah. It has to be a
They already used their timeout after their second loss.
Embarrass KC in their own country. Well, embarrass Vatira in his own country. And Nolly and Rise in their second favorite country, I'm sure. But that's so unlikely. I think KC have defended overall very well today. A couple of blips in that last game, but when it comes to position,
because Nolly got dropped from Gen G,
what BDS are doing,
right?
Yeah. KC have definitely had what it takes.
Yeah, as long as we don't send like a Season 3 team against them, that we'll try and hit the ball off the backboard a whole bunch.
It wasn't like his contract was up.
We sent the old Northern Gaming against them. It's all done.
Yeah, Weedham Girls would annihilate Karmine Corp. Karmine Corp do not have the tools to defend against Weedham Girls season, pre-season 1. Evidently. Backboard defense, what is that? Okay, anyway, we're to game 4, and this is it for Karmine Corp, or this is it for BDS.
Wow.
Sorry, and that was it right there for Karmine Corp. That was wide open.
Wow. Okay. The state of it, firstly, and secondly, hey, I guess we're staying at 0-0 off the backboard. In goes Nolly, looking to try.
Nice bump.
That one's not going in. Pass.
Back up for Nolly.
That one's going
to Rise. Oh my goodness.
KC, turn on the style.
Wow.
And maybe shut off the lights for BDS.
Damn.
Nolly ever the playmaker, doesn't matter what team you put him on.
Bro, Nolly's just been dropping dimes,
guy,
bro.
Just bringing Rise into the game there. He had every right to shoot that himself. No, let's just make it a guaranteed goal. BDS have got no answer. The passing has just been a different level for Karmine Corp today. The synergy has been a different level, and that's worrying because these guys have only just started playing together. BDS are the team who have had a bit longer together as a roster to make this work, and they're being completely schooled in the pitch right now.
Rise was looking for the reset, not going to happen. This is very, very worrying for everybody still remaining in the tournament who soon enough could only just feature Vitality and Moist. While waiting in the wings for their semi-final match, Exotic's got a bit of time. He's going to go backboard unchallenged for now. He sets up, but nobody's in a good position to play the ball.
And look at these recovery challenges from Karmine Corp. Every time
Nolly
there's
up
an
to
air dribble
Vatira? To Rise? No, Rise is too far up.
Vatira
just
players challenge from behind.
Get some space from Rise, though.
Alleviates the danger and takes the pressure off the goalkeeper when you do that. So, a bit harder to do than just a recovery challenge when you're on the ground. Oh, what a shot that is. That's a beauty for Rise.
Oh, my goodness.
For this one. BDS completely got flat-footed. Rise with a redirect.
Wow.
He just caught that one absolutely perfectly.
Well, we might have a new candidate for the cherry picker of the RLCS. That was incredible.
Filthy.
KC 2, BDS 0. And in a result that is kind of shocking, they are obliterating BDS.
Some of these plays in offense by KC are, they look at the level of a team who have been playing all season.
Not gonna work.
And they continue to easily dispossess BDS at every occasion. BDS have had nothing for Karmine Corp today, except a couple of open nets off Karmine Corp's one or two misplays. Oh, response for Exotic. Fair enough. He decided to dodge into that one.
He wanted it.
What can Monkey Moon do? Trying to drop this down to Exotic. Again, the challenge on the recovery by Karmine Corp.
Oh, no.
The 50-50's gone in.
No
That's
way.
3-0. BDS trying to be a bit cheeky with this one.
All right.
Challenging in offense from the outside of the ball. And
time for Vitality versus Moist, I guess.
Get away with that against him. And a nice little team pinch from the former teammates.
Yeah, this very well could be over here. KC have put on a clinic. As for BDS, the worries we had from the quarterfinals persisted. It was not a one-off. This is something that they are going to have to work on. This is the roster that they are going to go with. For Ferra on the opposite hand, he'll be looking at this going, all right, well, I haven't really got to do much of anything. This is working out just brilliantly.
Yeah, this is kind of the dream scenario for a coach like Ferra, just seeing all of your players playing for each other. They're challenging for each other, and when I say challenging for each other, what I mean is when someone is in defense with boost, the players in front of them are just staying active on the ball, forcing the BDS players to do something with it. Makes it so much easier to react to what's happening when your teammates are.
I feel like Nolly just allows Vatira and Rise to just play so free. Like, you know what I mean?
Talk about playing for the team. These passes have been beautiful. Again, it's another goal for Karmine Corp. It's
kind of like
lap.
that.
Nolly puts it out of Monkey Moon's reach. Again, it's off the back of an infield pass, and quick reaction there by Nolly after initially seeing Rise's shot blocked, and a lot of talk in the BDS side of the stage. They cannot be too happy with how things are going. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, they need to swoop him up for the season if they aren't already thinking, if they haven't already thought about it. Big facts.
Right now, it is all KC, and it is very much gauntlet thrown down for either Vitality or for Moist. Take quite the fall apart here for KC to end up losing this one.
That's maybe another one.
Yep.
That's fine. It's
over.
Done. It's dusted.
It's over.
Pose the question over to you here, Johnny. Moist
Stop! Stop! He's already dead.
I think honestly they want Vitality.
Throw the damn town.
That's where this was going. This roster was put together, for this tournament, to beat Vitality. Everyone wants to be the team to eliminate them and to stop that streak.
Yeah, I really do. You know, a lot of the time when you ask, they say I don't really. You know, it's a very common answer to be like, I don't really care who we play. You know, we're ready to be anyone. We're just really thinking about ourselves. And it's a, it's a good mentality to have. But yeah, truth be told, I really do think in this circumstance they want Vitality, because if Moist beat Vitality, then that kind of takes it away from Vatira. It takes it away from Rise. These guys who have been getting dominated by Vitality for the last 6 months or so, and Nolly as well, coming back over to show that he can still compete with the top European teams and the top European players who have separated themselves from their from the North American counterparts over the past season, or 2, or 7, or all.
Or all.
That's the crazy thing about this tournament, is that given how last season ended,
this is basically
it's
like
not out of the question that we are getting a preview of next season's top 4.
Yeah.
If things went the same way.
And it's literally just the French Expo.
Season, it's just been,
you know what I mean?
4 European teams and maybe a Middle Eastern team popping into the bunch.
Falcons,
every
facts.
And then thinking about Boston, Gamers 8, but there's definitely hope for North America, of course, in the bigger picture right now with the super teams that are being formed over there. But like you mentioned,
oh my goodness.
Beautiful. It's just
oh my god!
I can't believe this is stand-in Nolly for Karmine Corp. What on earth are we witnessing?
How on earth do you get to play solo as a teammate and you convince Rise to go for that? That is disgustingly good.
Bro.
Nolly was still recovering and Rise just put it on his car. He just put the ball on his bumper and it deflected into the net automatically. I mean, at this point, we're not really doing play-by-play commentary because this is over. It's been done. Over. But, we're getting actually a nice pitch clear from BDS to make the score look a little bit more acceptable. The story really does become now, can this team dethrone Vitality? Can Moist dethrone Vitality? It's become the same story as the end of RLCS season 2023 season. Can anyone beat Vitality? And with the remaining time disappearing and Karmine Corp just scoring again, that is the only question we have left to answer today. I mean,
it might very well just be the fact of fresh challengers, as well as, a team that we haven't seen as much, but this might be the best chance we've seen.
I know the rumors were a toe, man, but they need to pick him up.
My worry is it would be online performances that we were getting from KC when we saw them in the quarterfinals. No. This team is maybe better on the live environment.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we're looking at, Vatira and Rise, 2 of the greatest players in the open era on LAN as well as online. I mean, Vatira just one of the absolute greatest. But we say goodbye to perhaps the greatest player in the open era. Monkey Moon swept. BDS swept. Drally, hope you enjoyed your debut because it's not going to get, well, it's only uphill from there. 4-0. Karmine Corp looked fantastic. And Ferra will be absolutely thrilled, I'm sure. CEO Kamito's going to be thrilled with that. They've disposed of one of their rivals, and now They wait in the grand final to see who's going to be joining them later on today.
I mean, it was just utter destruction. It got worse as the series went on. I mean, we looked at the first few games and thought, all right, BDS can maybe...
Also, seeing Ferra in a KC jersey is going to take some getting used to, chat.
Onwards look more comfortable for themselves. It just got so much stronger from KC the moment that they got up and running. I feel like it all goes down to one moment where it truly just fell apart, and that was the Monkey Moon shot.
Yeah.
It was close until then.
It was rough. I mean, he didn't make a bad play. He faked out the last defender, but then he just got the challenge from behind. Again, you know, KC challenging from behind all series long, completely shutting down the idea that you need to rotate back post every time you're rotating into defense. Not KC. They're going straight to the ball when they're rotating back, and they're putting pressure on it. BDS had no time to really set up anything in offense. And yeah, KC thoroughly deserved that victory for 4-0. Bit of a blip in that third game. They can't afford to do that against Vitality or Moist later on today. But I think they're going to be more than happy with that result, more than happy with that performance. We do have an interview coming up very soon. So yeah, we're going to be listening into the interview with you guys, and maybe Shogun and I can provide some translations.
Avec Vatira ici présent avec moi. Alors on va poser des questions en anglais puisqu'on a le stream inter avec nous, voilà, du côté de Johnny Boy, de Gregan et de Shogun qui commentent. Donc je vais te poser quelques questions en anglais, Vatira. What did you think about BDS in this series?
I think BDS is a new team. Like Drally is like his first line too, so they just need more time, I think, to get prepared for RLCS. But it's still a good team. I think we get a bit of luck on like game 2 and stuff, but they're a good team, I think.
All right, all right. What was your preparation for the tournament? Because it was 2 new teammates, Rise and Noli. How was the scrims? How was the preparation?
We just tried to play on our capacities. Like Noli is really good at passing and stuff, and we just like.
Yo, Nolly just lets them run.
To do a lot of things for me, and same for me.
Which is why I think he'd be a great third for them instead of a toe. Even though a toe would be a great third for him too, you know.
To works a lot, so I'm pretty happy.
Très bien, c'est fini avec la langue de Molière. On va poser quelques questions en français. Désormais, vous allez pouvoir écouter Vatira en français. Question importante, ça fait quoi de jouer devant le public, devant ton public?
Lovely French friends. That's my guess.
You got it right.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, producer just said it was right.
Alors, ça fait super
Delighted with that.
Et franchement, de voir autant de monde nous regarder jouer à Rocket League, c'est vraiment incroyable parce que franchement, pour la Paris Games Week, je pensais pas qu'il y aurait eu autant de monde, mais franchement, merci à vous d'être là et continuez de faire du bruit.
Good to be able to perform in front of the French audience. Something about.
Là, il y a une deuxième demi-finale qui arrive. Vitality contre Moist Esports. Contre qui tu souhaites jouer et pourquoi?
We don't speak
je pense que la question elle est vite répondue, mais j'ai envie de jouer contre Vitality parce que voilà quoi, la saison prochaine on va leur montrer qu'on est là et qu'ils vont pas rester au sommet autant de temps quoi. Et parce que j'ai envie de jouer contre Zen aussi et montrer que c'est moi le meilleur.
Très bien, merci beaucoup Vatira.
Merci beaucoup.
Vous avez entendu votre maestro du côté du Blue Hole.
Thank you so much.
Merci beaucoup Vatira pour cette interview. On va faire une petite pause, on va vous montrer quelques replays. Bien sûr, le match qui arrive, c'est Moist face à Vitality.
He wants to show that he's the best. So, I mean, Vatira just being Vatira there. And they've advanced into the grand final. We've got one more semi-final.
Vatira is saying he wants to prove that that little shit Zen ain't better than him.
Coming up after this.
Did I get it right? Is that what they said? I had to be it, right? All right, chat. So that means we got what? Vitality and Moist next? Moist. Moist beat Oxygen 4-2 to get here. Vitality beat some local-ish team. I mean, they're obviously still good to be. I feel like if you're at a top 8 in a France event, you're probably pretty solid, seeing who the top 4. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're probably pretty decent. But they won 4-1. I mean, what can you say? It's vitality, right? I feel like we probably know which way this is going to go. I think we were all kind of expecting this to still end up in a Vitality Karmine Corp rematch, which it probably will. So our next game, they're saying, is in 15 minutes here. Got a nice short day. At least as far as this goes. What time do Overwatch games start today? Oh, they're starting up soon. Those will be going on while I'm at work, right? I'll be able to turn them on. Oh, hell yeah. They're going to be going like hella late. 1:30, 3:15. Oh, there's probably going to be a break while I'm at work. Oh, no, the third place game's going to be going on then, during then. There will be a little bit of a break, but not much. Oh, geez, remember. Oh, shit.
I mean, they just decimated them. That was utter obliteration. It really was. I
Yeah.
mean, nobody's giving them a difficult decision to make at this rate, because how on earth, like, imagine they do that again. They perform to this level. Heck, they even just beat Vitality. How on earth could you be that team that ends the streak of Vitality and go, come on, mate, like, we'll speak to you another time?
Well, I mean,
but you got a towel, supposedly,
at this
right?
point,
Like...
So I assume he wants to stay in North America, but then maybe Europe is the place for him. You know, he's gone through the trenches of North America. Let's be honest, it's not the trenches, is it? It's a slightly different challenge out there.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the trenches. You've seen the tweets from his apartment. Not definitely not trenches. I think it's like more like the clouds where he's living most of the time.
But yeah, KC with Nolly. The way they were playing, I thought it was smart. It looked very much like they've been playing together.
It just
for
looks
a while.
smooth,
and it wasn't like they didn't feel like they were risking, but they still had lots of high-level plays, like the redirect from Rise and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the passing as well was phenomenal. It's world-class passing. And, in the qualifiers between Vatira and Nolly mostly. And then today it was between Rise and Nolly. Rise goal participation was through the roof today. And we did actually see Vatira taking a bit more of that back seat, which I like, because I think that's where he's best. I think that's where he shines the most, is when he's playing a bit more defensively and letting his teammates go in front of him and cause chaos. And who's better at causing chaos on LAN than Rise, who is just a nightmare to play against on LAN. So many mind games, so much aggression, so many reads. I'm absolutely loving this team, and I think that it's possible. They could be the team. If not Moist, then I think they could be the team to be Vitality.
Obviously, we have seen this roster play in close to a version of this before when they were on Moist with Joyo. The thing back then was, like, obviously they did fantastically. I'm not going to take anything away from that, but you did have players that played a little bit similarly, especially with Joyo and Rise kind of both wanting to, solo play the 100-0 boost outplays. Replacing Joyo with a Nolly, it just added an extra. It didn't take away anything on this. It just added one extra look.
Little layer.
All right, now you've got the outplays can definitely happen. But
because like Nolly's like, even though he's a distributor, he's still a very dangerous player, like 1v1.
Yeah. But the selflessness in the passing plays were extraordinary.
Yeah, the way he just looks to keep the possession rather than do a solo play that fails. That's the big difference with Nolly, where he's comfortable with the idea of passing it middle. If the opponent gets it, it's fine because they've got the structure to cover for it. So he's willing to give up possession where the opponent's then chasing the play, which is a very unique way of playing. Most of the time, people take the ball forward and try and break the opponents down, gain territory, but Nolly's very comfortable keeping it in the midfield and
I think the best way to describe it is tempo. Like, Nolly has a tempo that he can keep your team going at. And if you're the team that have got the boost, they're in a good position.
So it helps when you're a player like Rise who plays as fast and Vatira who can then kind of play behind and
struggle to catch
find the areas to strike. It honestly makes a lot of sense
BDS
to me.
Doubling down on their biggest weakness, which was those double commits.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of communication. Like, we've all seen the comms videos of Gen G back in when they were the best team in the world, and it was so fast and aggressive comms. And I wonder if they've been doing that here and how Vatira's been holding up now. He's back on the English comms.
I think surely not. Surely not. Surely if we listen to their comms video of this KC roster, it won't be as chaotic as the Gen G comms, which are just ridiculous. But yeah, I think the good thing about Nolly is a lot of his plays that he does make, they don't rely on amazing quick comms. They're just he makes it so easy for his teammates. They know what he's going to do without him even saying anything. The ball just arrives in front of you. You think, well, of course he would do that. But at the same time, it's very difficult to play against because, like you said, it's not about the immediate shot. It's about creating a better position, constantly improving KC's position in this tournament, in any position on the field, taking opponents out of the game, getting your teammate into the game. That's Nolly's mindset, why he's such a great teammate.
I just realized I
don't
have my Steam
Before
off.
we get on to the next semi-final, quick note on BDS. What we're thinking about that roster, there's a lot of development needed there, but was there any signs of goodness to look out for?
I think what's worrying to me is it was the same problems. We were talking about these double commits, last week, and we were saying, like, this is going to be a problem if you take on a team that can play just as quickly as you can, if not faster. And as soon as that happened, then yes, it went pretty poorly for them. I wouldn't panic too much, though. Like, that was kept relatively close. The first two games were very close. I think it was just one moment really went against them. And then after that, it was always going to be difficult to stop the snowball. So, again, I think it's too early to panic. But the sport we're in tends to panic pretty quickly.
Yeah, and with LAN experience now being more of a factor, especially with the players on KC, all of them so good on LAN, that's going to challenge a new player like Drali. And
when you're in that region, do you have much time to sit and let anything cook? I don't think you do.
For them, so it's going to be a lot of working out to do there. But that's our first semi-final down.
You know what I
KC
mean?
Are waiting in the final, and they'll be waiting for the other semi-final, which is Vitality versus Moist. Now, I got to ask you guys, what do we think Moist's chances are against Vitality? That's the question of the semi-final.
Not at all.
Johnny.
You've got to be honest. You got to say, I think Moist are the underdogs here. They were slow in the start against Oxygen, and then they came back to win 4 games in a row after calling timeout 2-0 down. You can't be slow in the start against Vitality. If Vitality starts to get momentum, the series is over. Nobody's stopping them. So I think they're going to need to bring what they finished the series against Oxygen with, and not start with the same slow pace that they had last time.
Oh, look at that. Fairy Peak standing behind a team.
I love to see that from.
I barely recognized him. was like, oh my goodness, that's Fairy Peak.
Well, the thing is, he's a very smart player.
Oh yeah.
I know Zen is like a sponge when it comes to Rocket League, so he's just going to absorb anything that Fairy Peak tells him. Immediately, it'll be applied on the pitch. And yeah, the vibes for Vitality are going to be great. They're in their comfort zone now. They're on LAN. Moist. Another problem that they've got is that they are also playing with a less experienced LAN roster. Joy is one of the greatest on LAN since the open era.
I feel like this is inevitable.
Ollie's
what
got
we're
the
gonna see,
experience,
right?
but,
Like Zen's
Resi
just
not
gonna
so
come
much.
in.
I think this is by far the biggest event that he's played. So he's most likely going to be feeling the pressure.
Like, I don't see Zen slowing down anytime soon.
Series.
Is a problem.
Yeah, speaking of players with experience, though, Alpha, he's been around a long time now. It's weird to call him a veteran because he's always been that young player in Vitality, but now he's the experienced one who's captaining Radosin and Zen.
It's got to be a fantastic feeling for him because it always feels like ever since he entered the RLCS, he was the one chasing, the very top spot. I mean, he was only there briefly when him and the rest of the Vitality squad actually won Season X, but even then, like most people come out of Season X and say BDS were the better team. They just bottled it on the very final event. Alpha's now the guy now. He's on the team. I'm curious how this is going to sort of affect him regarding like the motivations that we see. How driven is he to keep moving forward and win these events? I'm absolutely certain that he's got all the motivation in the world. But it has changed players in the past, and they've struggled to keep going after winning the big one. Now Alpha's in that position. Let's see from him.
Is he going to look behind him as well, see Fairy Peak and think, wait a minute, where am I on this conveyor belt? He came into the team when Fairy Peak was a player before him, and now Fairy Peak's a coach behind him. Wait a second here. I'm only one step behind on this Vitality conveyor belt of talent. What's next for Fairy Peak when they move Alpha to the coach position, I wonder?
Yeah, I mean, the Fairy Peak was there for 2 years with Alpha. So I think the players are ready. We'll get a chance to talk a bit more about Moist when the game's going, but we've got about 2-3 minutes before the game's ready to go. So stick around.
Let's do the thing.
Two, 3 minutes, they say, eh? If that's the case, I'm gonna be right back, chat. You give me some water, actually, too.
So, fresh challengers emerge trying to take down Vitality's streak. We already know KC are waiting in the grand finals, but can their dreams of getting one up on Team Vitality be dashed by this Moist squad?
You know, Vitality, when they dropped in Gamers 8 in the, well, just at the very start of the offseason, it wasn't 3v3. It wasn't pure 3v3.
Count.
So even though they lost some 3v3 games, they didn't lose a 3v3 tournament on LAN in order to be eliminated. Still undefeated in 3v3 tournaments on and off LAN as well. This team continued to be the team to beat. But, you know, now it's not RLCS, but it's in France.
Oh, that might be more, to be honest.
If Moist can beat Vitality in France, in front of a French audience, that would be a legendary moment at the Rocket League scene, and definitely a massive moment for them.
Think of what that, I mean, taking aside the France part of all of this, which is obviously very difficult, imagine Moist win this, and what that means for English Rocket League, for that grand finals.
UK Rocket League.
Yeah, now you want to be a part of it.
Yeah, well, you know, you guys want to be UK when you talk about Scrub Killer's championship, when you talk about Marky Duda's championship, Mystic second place.
Those might be the most Scottish human beings I know.
Yeah, just, you know, well, you know, we talk about actual championships. When you talk about being a world champion, Scotland, you know, the UK wants to talk about Scottish players as well. Just want to throw that out there.
Find out whether or not they're UK or English in about, well, 40 minutes time. We do get ourselves started here. Joyo already up the wall, one of the best LAN players that we've ever seen. Untested quantities around him, though. Oh, and he's already got up and running. Oli, midfield. Rezi doesn't want to go. Rezi actually probably should have gone.
Yeah, he had a bit of space there. Wasn't sure if Oli was going to go for that ball again. Yeah, Oli's had a couple of LANs last season. Full major LAN, I think, went very well for him. He was very impressive for me. And, you know, they didn't make it past quarterfinal. It was Oxygen alongside Jorias and Archie at the time. But still, overall, I think a good performance from Oli. Of course, the more memorable one, unfortunately for him, though, is the unsuccessful World's Wildcard run that he had with Atomic and Doritos. So he'll be looking to roll it back to the start of, well, I think pretty much this time last year, roll it back to the start of the season. And that's what the qualifier looked like for Oli. It was an impressive performance there, and it's looking to be an impressive performance so far in Game 1. Vitality being tested early, but still holding the scoreline to 0-0.
Good chance here for the backdoor clear. They have got it. Joya missed the 100 boost in the back corner, so he couldn't actually chase after that.
All right, didn't miss any goals.
Hell yeah. Go to it. Still 0-0. Much like our opening series today. Wait a while for that first goal, but once he got going, it really got going. There goes Zen.
That's in.
He's just found
Look at that. See, I just come back. That's all.
Of course, it would be Zen at Paris Games Week to open the scoring. Bit of an overcommitment there from Moist. Joyo getting beaten to the ball by Zen. And the open net was a pretty easy one for the young mechanical wizard there.
Y'all are getting your asses beat by the youngest kid on the pitch.
He looks, you know, really different with the short hair, does Zen.
See plenty of that as we are sending over the pictures from Paris Games Week. Looks like everyone's having so much fun over there. It's been great to see.
Are you not having fun in the English broadcast studio, Shogun?
You know I would love to be over there, man. You know I would love to be over there and just living out that environment.
What a controversial statement to say. You'd rather be in the venue with the crowd than where the English broadcast is being brought to you guys from. But no, really though, we've had such a great time at Flip and Spin and at Paris Games Week qualifiers, and now this weekend as well. Shout out to the production team and the TO for making all of this possible. Yeah, this is it now for the teams. This is where the money is decided. This is where the championship is decided.
Then putting the pressure down
today. And so far, Vitality are doing what Vitality do. Joy with a double tap.
Okay.
It's actually a pass to Oli, but blocked at the near post. But for all this pressure that Moist are generating, for all these chances they're getting, Vitality are proving to be as organized as ever. Zen is looking as threatening as ever, once again, drawing multiple challenges before he can be stopped.
Yeah, Zen looked a little bit, not necessarily off, but like he was disinterested in the quarterfinals before he lost the game, and I think he got shouted out by Fairy Pete, telling him, all right, now figure it out, let's go. Let's play the game that we can't play. Joyo! Well, he snuck it through, hasn't he? And the defender got caught out.
Yeah, Joyo got one last touch on this that I don't think Vitality were ready for. Right there, he got a piece of it.
Yep. This is just gone.
Yeah, Radosin probably expected Zen to be making contact there, so he advanced too far forward in the goal, and Joyo's soft touch actually put the ball behind Radosin, who was expecting Zen to get a block on that one.
Oh, they're through, however, and that's already gone.
Wow.
Zen overstrikes it, dips it underneath the crossbar. And
Zen just doing Zen things.
Good
Alpha
beat
with
by
a beautiful pass.
Just pure speed there to take Resi out of the game. Joyo and Oli not rotating straight back to goal. Meant that they could not contest what was an open net for Vitality. 2-1. Moisev. They've had some threats, they've had some chances. And they're conceding some pretty easy goals as well. That's a big problem that you cannot afford to make against any team at the highest level, but Vitality especially, the highest level team in the world right now.
That does feel like something that we said about an awful lot of recent Moist teams. Great in offense, concede some pretty weak goals. Side, Radosin pops it up, Zen to finish.
Oh.
Hat-trick for Zen.
The
Just
Hattie.
simple. Zen makes it 3.
He's in position
Passing
where it
has
needs
been
to be.
spectacular
Look
this
at
time.
this.
Radosin up to Zen, who knew exactly where Joyo was going with the attempted save.
He's just
Soft
too good,
redirect
bro.
behind him.
It's insane.
Essentially secures the game. If Vitality can avoid a kickoff goal against them here, which they do with a lovely back right kickoff towards Alpha 54, they should be able to close the distance, or allow the clock to do so rather, without too many issues. Zen wants a 4th though, of course. They're not happy with 3. They want to give this French crowd as many chances to cheer as possible.
Joyo off the ball. Is that okay from the challenge, but his team need a goal and they need it now. What's come by, although that challenge has actually gone pretty well for them. Zen's back. Maybe against Joyo off the wall, and Zen's already intercepted. Not going to allow Joyo to get anything going. Alpha cuts through the next pass. Vitality look like they are on it today.
Yeah, they've started strong in game 1. Zen actually redirected that on target with a kind of...
I'm pretty sure Vitality know that they don't want to
shot.
make the same mistake that
Yeah,
they made against
they
whatever
still start
local
against
team
top
they
Cougars
played in the quarterfinals.
Vitality, they're not making the same mistake here. I don't think Moist have really started slow like their quarterfinal either.
No.
But when both teams are starting in form, Vitality are the better team historically.
I'm just saying, I've never seen this Moist team win a game 1.
True.
So maybe
or a game 2, actually.
Or a game 2.
If
so
you look at their one of the result.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we've got to go off at the moment. That's the joy of these new rosters, is that we are learning as you are back home. I mean, this is what Moist are against right now. 3 regionals in a row, 1 Boston Major, and the RLCS World Championship. And also, there was another LAN, wasn't? I mean, not another LAN. There was an online event where we first got to see Zen. The name is eluding me right now, but it's 6 events in a row.
Yeah, they've not lost a pure 3v3 event since Zen has joined. They've won absolutely every 3v3 event they've played, and they've looked pretty untouchable in RLCS the entire time, not squeaking out wins. They really are dominating. Here's Rezi in his LAN debut. And, you know, 2 good players to have alongside him in Joyo and Oli, but they're up against it here. It's not the teammates, it's not the roster for Moist that's the issue. It's these guys, Vitality, who continue to look dominant. And this is impressive, because like we've alluded to a few times this Paris Games Weekend, Flip has been qualifier. A lot of teams, when they win a World Championship, fall off. A lot of players, when they win a World Championship, they fall off. They lose motivation. They stop playing the game as much as they did previously.
Because they're the best in the world!
Just keep on winning. And this is a team that they're up against who looked very impressive in the qualifier. They were actually in a 4-game winning streak coming out of their quarterfinal. That's just been ended by Vitality beating them in game 1. And let's see if Moist can get back on track in game 2. Haven't heard anything about timeouts here. Looks like we're about to get started with that second game. If the fist bumps and the leaning into the monitor is anything to go by.
That's just how you know that Rocket League is about to...
Does anybody at the highest level
There
play
it
mouse and
is.
keyboard?
Game number 2 underway.
Probably not, right?
Rezi's going to have a nice position off the kickoff, gets a challenge. First one to it is Oli, and Radosin put enough pressure on.
Won't get recorded as a save,
It was
but...
a nice kickoff there by Moist. They neutralized Vitality's attempt to gain possession.
Zen with the demo.
Great half
Oh, I thought Radosin slowed down enough. I mean, he still kept the ball moving forward.
Moist spreading out very wide at the moment. There's some Rezi over there in the far right. Joyo sitting back middle, so that could be something they try to repeat when they're on the ball. And big aerial there from Zen actually gave a free shot to
it just feels like Vitality plays so much faster than everybody
Surprising
else.
to see. No doubt Zen called that immediately.
In the back ground. Rezi.
Like, we were talking earlier about how Rise likes to play fast, which he does, right?
Past the midfield point. Now Rezi back in.
But it just feels like everyone on Vitality pushes the
missed it.
pace while also doing so good on, like,
still
being disciplined in the rotations.
It's going to be our game real soon.
The meta's coming back around.
Somebody message Remco right now.
Yeah, the meta is actually perfect for Season 1, 2 Rocket League players. The backboard never looked more than open. More open than it has so far today. Karmine Corp and Vitality both struggling to read it. You know, that can sometimes be difficult to do on LAN in a new setting. It's a bit harder to have your bearings in those positions where you need to make a very precise read. You know, the more stuff.
No
that's
latency.
why a lot of players and a lot of teams keep it more simple on LAN. Try and play the game and play the ball in positions that are a bit easier to get a good result from.
Sen tried to find Oli's car. Quite over. Still the pass came in field. Rezi's very low boost. Sen's avoided the demo yet again. Both teams trying to be as active as possible off the ball, but now Oli's got it on target. Not a bad try.
Yeah, great effort there by Oli, setting up himself for the surprise attack off the backboard. Vitality that time did have that.
For me, whenever I see Alpha like pushing up to like contest something
in this matchup,
and the other team's third, I just expect him to find Zen off the pass.
To say the problem is
in some
also just like
crazy pre-jump.
Vitality show up
because it happens so often.
Level. Nobody's found an answer.
You know
yet.
what I mean?
Dawson's pinch doesn't go too far, but Zen's all over it. So is Joyo though. He inserts himself into the play. First touch on point there for Rezi. Can't get a 50-50 though. Zen's doubled it past him.
What a second touch. Oh!
Nearly resulting in a goal for Vitality.
Sheesh.
That was from defense to attack in the blink of an eye.
Not for the first time. Zen's had so much off the counter-attack. Still 0-0. It's the sort of match that we've seen Vitality play over and over again. First few games are usually pretty close.
Bro, Zen's bag is crazy.
Most esports have to stay in this. They need to get this goal. And they need to keep the pressure on Team Vitality. This is the best chance. Rezi, low challenge to Oli. Oh, did get bumped, but that actually might help him find the angles that he was after. Here goes Joyo and Rezi. They've both gone for it. They've both missed it.
Yeah,
luckily everyone had rotated back though.
And then Rezi said he was up, so Joyo went back down, but Rezi, seeing Joyo up, also went back down. Here they come again though. Here's Rezi with a reset. It's a good one, but it's an in and out save from Alpha to block it. What a read by Alpha 54.
That's so much more power than I think anyone was expecting. Everyone except Alpha.
Nice second touch by Zen.
Still got that. Here's Redosin.
Left Redosin.
Chance goes for the outplay.
Off the backboard for Zen.
Oh,
he doesn't even need it.
Nothing left.
Yeah, Oli just had no boost there. He tried to jump onto his backboard, anticipating a double tap, but then he had no boost to get between the ball and the goal when Redosin just went straight for the net. Didn't need the double tap, just went for the simple air dribble. Oli just needed some help or needed some boost, and he had neither.
Oh, that's a great kickoff for Vitality.
A save.
Almost in for
Double.
2-0. Joyo now. Back in midfield. Oli. It's going to be difficult to get this any further. Rezi trying to find Oli on the backboard, but again, Oli's on low boost. And decision making has been a little bit slow so far. Joyo actually can get this back down.
Oh.
And that's a great outplay as we get Redosin. Double save. 1-0 still remains the scoreline. They're still under pressure, but they have found some breathing
Moises
room.
keeping with the pressure.
Another good chance for Moises. And this time it does work out.
Nice shot
The
by
aerial
Oli.
shot ended up being a fake for Oli to slam it in from point-blank range. So, you know, whether Rezi meant to do that or not doesn't really matter because Oli's behind him, prepared for the miss. And this time they don't miss the point-blank range shot. I think the shot before that probably should have been scored, but it was a great pre-jump save by Redosin nonetheless. Vitality making Moist work for these goals.
So 1-1, Moist stay in it for now. Cannot afford to let themselves get caught out on offense. Caught on the counter-attack a few times now. Redosin. Low boost. Nice cut across Oli. Some of what we saw in our previous game from KC, just making sure that there's some pressure on the ball on the way back. I don't know, Redosin in a bit of an awkward spot. Oli back down. Nobody there for the pass. Moist do seem to struggle with a little bit of confidence when it comes to fully committing everybody. You can understand why, but it's going to be difficult to beat Vitality when you're not going for every chance you get. Nice save.
Yeah, that was scary. Zen found an opening at the top corner. Attacked the backboard at blistering pace. Moist not far off OT, in fact, not far off creating clean chance to 0 seconds. Zen denying it though. It just looks so hard
bounce.
to get the ball pass. He's not going to get back to this, but Zen once again turning defense
Zen was
to
like
attack
this right
so
there,
quickly.
though.
He's always down that wall as well. Alpha's gonna have some time. He's got the boost. He's got Radosin ahead of him. Instead, fakes out the first. Try to find the challenge on the second. In comes Zen. Go for the mega ankle redirect, and gonna have the chance to do so.
Good read for Radosin.
Touch there from Radosin.
Who needs air roll?
Keeps it going
Just
forward.
Powers through the ball. Just make sure to bang in the
Alpha
middle.
leaves it off
And
for
it's gonna
Zen.
be Vitality who win this game if they can get another shot up. No
Oh!
save by Joyo. It's a moist scramble. And hold on once again. Still Vitality coming forward. Alpha
Ooh.
scoops the ball off a low reset. Keeping Moist defenders guessing. Moist still playing Vitality close. It's a very respectable performance. Can they turn it into actual wins on the pitch? This is a chance and a goal for Rezi to win it.
Nice,
The speed of the read
nice.
needed to be fast because Vitality were up for it. But Rezi went between the defenders and beats both of them to the ball.
Yeah, you could see that this was a problem the moment that Zen was stuck on the goal line without
Yeah.
any pace. Radosin tried to cover for him, was not quick enough.
Damn.
One each, and Moist Esports
Went up
looking
and
to
said,
make
"No
a series of
boost,
this
helps me."
Yeah, they look good. They look very good. And Rezi in particular, the player is really taking the next step in his Rocket League career in this series against the best team in the world, but looking good while doing it, scoring the winning goal against Vitality to equalize the series. That's got to feel pretty good.
And it's got to be said, Vitality probably should have finished that off. 2 shots, went right down the middle. The only position that the goalkeeper was really able to cover, or that you're going to try and pre-jump to. They should have done more with those.
Yeah.
They should have been trying to shoot behind the keeper. Instead, they gave Moist an opportunity. Moist will be very happy to take it.
Yeah, like we said during the game, Vitality should be winning this. These are shots from point-blank range, and if they're placed well, only a ridiculous pre-jump is going to stop them. But like you said, they weren't placed well. Now, if Vitality did intend to shoot low on purpose, trying to catch Moist pre-jumping, then that's fair enough. But if you're just, shooting the ball low for no reason, that doesn't make too much sense. But what they'll know based on what they've seen in this game is that Moist are not panicking in defense. They're not pre-jumping for no reason. So if Vitality are going to outplay them, they're going to need to actually outplay them. Moist are not outplaying themselves.
Yeah, I mean, we only saw one actual misplay from Moist there, and that
Yeah,
was the double
commit. But yeah, they had the double commit, which they immediately, I think, bailed out of and continued attacking with. So, even that one they reacted pretty well to. They didn't start to collapse after
All right, here we go.
The brief double commit. So I
Game
even
3.
may say that that's a positive almost. The fact that they were able to regain from that and continue attacking.
Well, Zen's going to have to deal with this, and he has done so. This one up. Passes the ball onwards. That's the question of Moist Esports. What are you going to do to get the ball out of your side of the field? Early challenge from Radosin. Would not expect anything else, but Oli
Is it just me
has
or
the passing option. Instead, want to go for the outplay.
Gameplay a little bit lower this time around, which is
Maybe
fine.
a little bit more could have been done
the
because you
bump.
did see the bump opportunity.
Oh,
Radosin, no boost.
that was big for Moist. The bump from Rezi was just a hair away from connecting with Radosin. It would have been, I think, at least
Zen keeps it forward.
and a chance on net for Joyo, if not open. Joyo's finding outplays. This is a great thing to see for Moist fans, as Joyo is on. He is outplaying players with consistency, and this is what Joyo does. He is one of the best players on the planet at getting the ball past the opponent A, and sometimes even opponent
Both of
B.
Moist others are replacements, right? Didn't they only keep Joyo this offseason?
He goes for.
Am I right on that?
Zen actually struggled to commit back
Or am I
forward.
tripping?
Supporting come through.
Was Oli already out there?
Zen back passes now to Alpha. It's the pinch, and that's actually bounced so awkwardly. Oli called into action. He wasn't caught out. There's that challenge. Zen actually gets 2 over 1. These games are following a pattern here, Johnny. Both teams not wanting to give anything up for free.
Damn.
No early goals from any of our games just yet.
Yeah, they've been
So
really
here's
tightly
some
played.
Pressure, Moist here.
I do
Moist
feel
have
like
only
they're
got boosts
putting
on
more
Oli at the
pressure on
moment, but
this
that's the player
Moist
on
side of the
ball.
field, though. Oh,
Goes
there
for
it
a
is.
reset in defense, which
Keeping
is a
it
bit
forward.
risky. 50-50 is always a safer option there, but you thought you had a chance to outplay Alpha. So he did not on this occasion. Rezi, infield past 1. We mentioned there briefly, Joy's one of the best players at getting the ball past 2. Unfortunately for them, Vitality have the best player at getting the ball past 2. That, of course, being Zen. He's waiting for Alpha to offload to him down the line here.
Hold on.
Alpha with the bump. Oli will scramble back quickly enough to make sure that doesn't result in another.
Was Zen supposed to push on that, or is that just meant to be a fake?
Really on to prove the rest of his team wrong. Now Oli off the flick. Good stop. Joyo doesn't want to jump on him just yet.
With him trying to bump whoever goes for it.
Reserved performance here from Moist Esports. They don't want to be caught out on offense. Rezi now takes the shot. Just wants to see if he can get everybody jumping. Oli off the wall. Down. 2 minutes left here in game number 3 to see who's going to take the lead in this series. It's been methodical between both these squads. Oli now up off the backboard. Zen does get to it, and he's also
nice read.
Alpha.
Yeah, massive clear there by Zen, straight down the middle. Alpha had faith in that happening, of course, as you would. Oli goes the other way with just as much intensity. Moist trading blow for blow with Vitality, but here comes Zen in the air with the flip reset, blocked by Rezi, who actually takes control of the ball and offloads to Joyo. These are great plays by Moist as they continue to battle Vitality for aerial supremacy.
Now Rezi back down. There's nobody in blue over that way. It was only Vitality.
Moist controlling the
support. Just to leave it.
Boost somewhat there for a little bit, which slowed down Vitality. Looks like they started to bounce back though. Verdosa's still sitting a little low, but
it's usually Vitality.
He's sitting back anyways. Keeps it alive in the zone.
Already up. He realized he wasn't going to get to it. Tried
Zen?
to get off his car. Instead, Zen. Awkward
Looking for the
angle,
second
went for
touch?
the double, and even he couldn't pull that one off.
And I think Rezi was delighted to see Zen go for the corner
Hold on.
tap there, because he was not in a safe position in net. He was not ready to attack an early air dribble or an early shot on target. Another good cut off there by Joyo, and Alpha might have lost control here. No, he regains it. Brilliant air roll touch to keep Vitality in control. Vitality have got Moist boxed in here, but Moist do have perfect boost management. They should be able to survive this position as long as they don't make any big mistakes. So far, that's something they're doing a great job of. Not a lot.
I didn't realize that we're already down to 30 seconds left on this clock. That's crazy.
Just I say that, there's one by Joyo as he does miss his touch, runs out of boost. He's got players behind him. Oli with the ball. Offload to Rezi. Massive shot. Saved by Zen.
Oli is playing fantastic at the moment. Every time he's had to do something, he's done it well. Now Joyo with Oli in support. He's cut across it. Next one up, it will be Rezi, who's so far back, so he's going to take control. Alpha has pre-jumped him about a year ago. Verdosa away from Joyo. Oli, does he want to go midfield? No.
Verdosa's got enough boost here to get a reset on the ball. You know what that means. He's going for it. Joyo just shut it down in time. Overtime, game 3.
All right, overtime. Let's get it.
Vitality on the brink right now.
Who takes the lead of this series at game 3?
To get the outplay. Oli tries to, gets bumped for his troubles. Now Zen chases Rezi, the biggest challenge of his life. He's got it. Now
off for Alpha. Oli with the beautiful save.
Now it's Moist's turn.
Yeah, maintains his momentum as well.
Hold
Oli
up.
had no boost there, so
let
he
him
had to
cook.
keep his momentum up. Zen's
Let him cook.
It's in for Alpha. Well, that one came out of nowhere in such a sound defensive game. Vitality just kept on knocking, and eventually the misread comes
that
through.
boy's Zen
Joyo
different.
there trying to read an awkward bounce on his own backboard. He couldn't do it. Zen could.
Just like that. And this has been what every team have had to deal with. You try your best, you're playing your best, and it's still not quite enough. Moist Esports with a brilliant defensive game, but eventually you're going to make a mistake.
Yeah, and it's not where Moist historically, or even in this event, have done their best work. They need to find a way to get the ball out of defense. These are not players who are comfortable defending for minutes upon a time. I think they did a really good job holding on in that game and playing very evenly, going back and forth with Vitality. But yeah, they can't get stuck in these positions for too long. I feel like out of these two teams, if one team is going to make a defensive mistake eventually, it's Moist who will make that mistake first. But you know, when you're talking about offensive ability, they're a triple threat team. Rezi with some very nice outplays in the air this game. Oli setting up Rezi for what was the best chance in regulation with a booming full volley from about the halfway line.
Jeez, taking a timeout, right?
His offensive repertoire. But yeah, they didn't get any kind of consistent pressure. Vitality are fully locked in now, and they are so difficult to pin back. They play so quickly. They follow up in each other's touches so quickly as well.
It does feel to me like Moist have almost themselves taken the infill pass off the table. 3 or 4 times they've tried for it. 3 or 4 times, nobody's actually there ready for it. I don't know, even if you don't necessarily believe it's always on, you've got to go for it on occasion just to make Vitality believe that that might actually be available. If I'm Vitality and I see the potential for an infield, I'm fairly comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, Moist. Definitely a solo play-centric team right now. That's exactly what we're seeing here from Joyo. Zen is difficult to...
Yo, that last game was so good, bro.
You know, credit to Moist. They're continuing to just plow on with this game. I think overall they'll be very happy with how they've played because they've made Vitality work for this. They've taken them to 2 consecutive overtimes, but they won't be happy with the result. These guys are incredibly competitive.
Who am I rooting for?
They know that. So
oh, bro, honestly, I would really like to see Moist, but I just don't think. I mean, you're playing Vitality here in quarters. They've been looking good, bro. They've been playing them close.
Trying to
and like when you're going against the best player in the world, like
I'm not entirely sure one exists,
what can you do, you know?
It's either going to be brilliant for them, it's just going to result in nothing plays. This now slightly awkward. Oli just clears the ball.
Karmine Corp though looked pretty nasty in their semi-final matchup.
He fakes out. What a play!
I know that they're rumored to get a towel, but I think they should reconsider and pick up Nolly. Nolly lets them Rise of its hero plays so free.
Backboard. First one to it, cut across was Oli, and now what can he set up? There's the infield. Rezi goes for it quick. Just nothing else beyond that.
How about you, Salty Sandwiches?
It's a massive bump there to stop Joyo before he can get started on the aerial play. Joyo trying to follow up with one now. So many Vitality players in the way every time that Moist tried to get an aerial going.
Hold on.
This is a comfort spot. I mean, there's nowhere in the pitch that Vitality aren't comfortable. This is right now the perfect team. The team nobody has found the solution to.
I was saying earlier, just like Vitality just plays so fast.
Every area.
Play every single style of game.
Like they aren't a team that you can up the pace against and like make them uncomfortable.
Now it's Zen's turn. Like Zen's first touch for his outplays has actually let him down for the last 2 games. He seems to be making some weird decisions regarding where he wants to go. Alpha, on the other hand, he's crushed past everybody. And Joyo will take control.
It's another patient performance from Moist. Trying to make the most of their possession plays that they're getting. But now Zen's cleared in the backcourt.
Radosin! That's filthy, bro.
You cannot play this defensive style against Vitality. They
That's
do this
filthy.
to everyone. Oli and Joyo, they're both clattered off the back wall at the same time, and Radosin at an open double tap.
That was less of a Fennec and more of a snowplow, just removing Moist Esports, who are looking to try and bounce back early.
Joyo
with too much power.
This is not the first time we've seen this happen straight from the kickoff. Vitality are trying to get that ball to go back corner to Radosin. But Moist are blocking it. They're actually just killing that dead. So we're probably going to see Vitality steer away from intentionally losing the ball to that back corner. Moist seems like they've got a good counter to that. That's netting them free dribbling plays, at least, well, once a game, maybe twice a game at the moment.
Hey, with games that have been this tight, you won't be handing away those opportunities whatsoever, as he's actually on target. Rezi just paused the ball over to Oli. Again, I've been so impressed by in this series. Oh, and he's got it again. It's off the crossbar. Next player up. Joyo does not want to jump into that. That was almost enough.
Cat-like reactions from Zen to deflect into the crossbar. Moist are really being forced to the limit here, but can they find the limit without crossing over on the wrong side of it? Alpha look to dunk the ball past Joyo. He can't do it, but Zen beats him to the punch. He's messed up his landing. That's a good bounce from Moist, though. They've got a bit of time, but it's just too nice of a shot from Alpha 54. And no one from Moist was able to close the distance here. Oh, they were both going back to goal there. Oli and Joyo both doing the same job. Nobody able to track that ball and close down the shot.
Yeah, Rezi unfortunately had an argument with the floor, and the floor won. 2-1 here. Off the kickoff yet again. Moist Esports sealing play from Joyo. Very early red. Now over to Oli, and they've both missed it. Alpha at least takes control. Good fake out from Radosin. Almost got another one. But if you fake one, you got to go for another.
Oh, wow. He almost got there.
Radosinho, 3-1.
The double mind game and then the demo by Zen. Per Joyo tried to dodge, but he was too late. And that just had to be a goal.
Almost got there,
two
though.
mind games in a row, you just have to score. We need to see it again. 3-1 Vitality. They're starting to run away with this. It might be 3-1 in games if things don't change the next minute.
Yeah, it's a similar formula for Vitality. They just get stronger and stronger as the series goes on. And they're usually winning the first part of the series anyway.
Whenever I think of Vitality, I just think of like this current roster.
Zen just sees it as a slight challenge for a change.
I think of like the old Mighty Ducks. They're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger.
They maybe get
they have more facial hair.
Trying to re-jump them or something, just to take advantage of that.
Yeah, if they've called the mice are going high,
like you just can't keep up with them in a 7-game series. You might for 2, 3, maybe 4 games. We're seeing Moist here kind of starting to fall a bit behind.
Individual instances of players like Redosa and players like Zen.
It's tough.
Noticing that the angle that the challenging Moist player is coming from is just not going to lend itself to an easy block if the fake comes through. I mean, these are safe fakes. They're not going for fakes. For, oh, hold on, that's almost a shot. It's poor sense there to save it. So yeah, that's game over. But
that is game over.
Yeah, they're safe fakes. Even if the Moist player doesn't get faked, they're just hitting the ball.
But like this is a close 3-1. You know what I mean? I know like 3-1's the same difference regardless, but.
Very good play there at the end by Vitality, just fully controlling the match.
Damn.
Moist did well to get their goal with a nice little counter kickoff strategy, but apart from that, it was just all Vitality.
They haven't taken their timeout yet, right? So they probably take it here.
If only Zen wasn't that good on defense.
Bro, for real though, the Zen difference
didn't exist. That would be nice. We'd probably be winning more against this team.
A particular team in the grand final was maybe thinking that more than anyone else. Considering last season, up until Zen's arrival, was KC's to win.
Yeah, KC, BDS all looking pretty good, and then yeah, not when Zen's there for Vitality. It's the Zen version of Vitality that's just looked completely untouchable here. And full credit to Alpha 54, Redosa, and the organization for all stepping up and you know, providing Zen with the best team possible, because really they do look like the perfect team right now. Even when they're tested, they rise to the occasion. And Moist have done an okay job here at testing Vitality. Their solo plays have looked threatening.
I think the problem when you play against Vitality is like
about what to do with
other teams who try and play that fast. You can look for the opportunities on the counter, but like Vitality's rotations are so tight.
It continues to be a question that no one in the
They're toy like a tiger.
I think it's time to turn around and just go, okay, you're playing against Oxygen, you're 2 games down. Let's go and just do that. So let's see if we can maybe outclass. I mean, imagine if that is the playstyle that you go for. But I feel like if they go for another one where it is the methodical playstyle, you can't. You can maybe get 1. I'm not going to put that out there. You're not going to get 3. Not back to back.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not when Vitality are playing this this comfortably. I mean, they just look like they're.
What'd the first series go?
There's no pressure at all on them on stage right
4-0.
now. This is exactly what they were like when they won the Boston Major, when they won
so
the
at least this one won a sweep.
Laughs and smiles on stage. If Moist are going to take games off Vitality, we can think about the series later, but if they're going to take this game off Vitality, they've got to get into attack. They've got to be relentless. They've got to be unpredictable, because I think Moist have got to just play their game, ignore what Vitality are doing. Trying to counter Vitality doesn't work. It hasn't worked for anyone. You're not going to be able to strat against
I wonder
this team,
what they've got going on with 5. Probably Valorant with Karmine Corp's
Moist
team.
Game is offense. We saw it in the qualifier. When these guys get going, when they can become a triple threat at offense,
since it's a
like
Paris Expo. Yo, honestly,
no, it has very much been.
Have you guys seen the plans for Karmine Corp Stadium?
Right, you're going to individually
their esports stadium looks like it's gonna be so dope.
Champion Team Vitality. Suddenly, it doesn't sound like the best idea I've ever had.
Already, we've seen a bit of a panic flip there by Moist. Again, they won out the kickoff possession with a nice fake, but yeah, Oli panic flipping gave the ball away to Redosa, who's got it again, and air dribbles to the ceiling. He decides to delay his next touch on the ball a bit too long. Moist take the ball back, and now it's being fought for again in the right area for Vitality.
I say, if you're Karmine Corp, you need to up the pace a little bit here and at least get first goal.
All of this to
gotta try and put some sort of pressure onto Vitality.
Grand finals. Karmine Corp are waiting in that grand finals after their own very dominant display against Team BDS. Rezi takes control. Just hoping for him he doesn't have any more issues in the reset. So that's a huge outplay. Redosa covered. Oli wants to challenge, and that's why, because
Oh, that's what Moist needs.
Okay, Moist up by 1.
What I just tell y'all, they need to get first one in.
Air dribble middle by Oli. Big dunk to surprise the last
Well
defender.
done, well done.
And it was Zen there, who just wasn't ready for a massive block there by Oli. Inside minute 1, Moist lead by 1.
Get that boost, but Oli's going to try and cook with 0 gas. We're back. Flip challenge from Rezi. Oli up. Does he have Rezi's support? No, Rezi was getting bumped, so maybe that was the best play there. Just get his team some time. There's a lot of time that he has bought here. Still on the ball. Now the pass down to Joyo. Good cut from Alpha. Always looking good in this one. Trying to take as much offense as they possibly can.
Nice bump there by Oli. That's going to bring in another chance. This well saved by
Oh
Zen.
no, Griggs.
Some of the follow-up clear. That was a great
Yeah,
idea
the games have been tight,
by
man.
Moist.
It's crazy to think that he's, because what, he had a hat trick in game 1, right?
Bump, but brilliant mid-air adaptation by Moist to keep Vitality guessing, create more chances for themselves to score.
So I'm sure you thought you were well on your way.
Well. Not looking for those outplays when Vitality players are right in front of them. We saw what happened to Top Cougars when they tried to do that in their series against Vitality.
To the side. Oli, is he going to turn? Yes, he is, and he does have a decent amount of boost to play it. Josen's ability to hold that midfield, though.
Moist hasn't announced their roster, right? Just their releases?
Oli goes low. Tried for the pinch shot. We've seen a lot of those attempted recently. That one, not one of the more successful ones. With the outpace,
or did I miss it?
Chance here for Vitality. They've got Moist trying to scramble back, and Oli's just going to try and take the sting out of it. And there's another pinch shot attempt.
He's just trying to gain some distance here, trying to buy some time for himself to recover, for his teammates to recover. They are conceding possession with these pinch clears. Vitality are all behind the ball for most of these plays, and that means when you hit the ball past one of them, there's still 2
leaving it
more
off for Zen, though.
Gaining territory bit by bit here, Vitality. Still trailing by 1, but the chance is coming. There it is, in fact. Alpha maybe cut off Zen, but Zen's still going to find a way into the play from Alpha's back pass. The preset and the late shot blocked the goal line by Moist.
Good boost still from Moist Esports, so not in panic mode just yeah. Well, no, they might be. As Oli's actually going to bump his teammate off. Oh, dearie me.
Because we can probably assume that G1 isn't going to be a team next year, or at least not under G1.
So long now, and it doesn't seem like that's changing anytime soon. The only way Vitality are going to let them out of this is if the goal goes in. Alpha ceiling reset, beat to it by Oli. Now the boost totals have run low for Moist Esports. They need to get rid of it. Joyo provides.
A massive clear there by Joyo.
Luckily for teams still trying to put their stuff together, there's been no announcement, so we still have plenty of time.
A little bit longer.
No RLCS announcements, so we still have time to figure out rosters and
Pretty
stuff.
clear to see, though, that when the exchange becomes a midfield back and forth like that, Vitality
The silver
are able
lining.
to gain ground. They're able to start building a boost advantage. Now,
Hold up.
Mouse reading the down bounce is not the fastest, but Alpha didn't play for it either. Inside the final minute now, for all of the pressure that Vitality have put on Moist, they've yet to score in Game 4.
It's been a great defensive performance, and that's off the post. In goes Oli.
No!
Has committed quite heavily as well. Rezi turns back around, keeps the pressure on. Best way to avoid being stuck in defense, but nobody's challenged. Alpha happy to take it. Zen, what a flip that was. Just took it away. Popping the ball up.
Oh, nice
Only for
pass,
Dosen.
nerd.
Moist Esports are in danger.
My goodness.
Oh, the bump for Zen!
Zen up in the air, takes it off the backboard, but Rezi's already met him.
Oh, the panic is definitely here for Moist. They're trying to hold on. Rezi's a little bit of boost.
The boost is almost.
They're just,
post.
you know, they're just get the clear.
He's going to cover the net, but the
Oh,
ball's
no.
over his head. The boost is not too useful in those positions, but Moist have scrambled clear.
Get it on the
At least for now,
ground.
Is that on target? No, it's going to be into the ground.
Let's go!
Moist just hold on. That was a scary, scary final 2 minutes.
Right,
but they've made it.
Do that 2 more times.
Yeah.
Well, you know, for all of their goal line defense, they did surprise Vitality in offense. They did what we're asking them to do. Oli it was who caught them off guard with an air dribble dunk to set up an open net. And even late in the game there, Joyo nearly surprised him with a ridiculously tight angle double tap. So, yeah, they can do it. They can catch Vitality at position, but it's looking like an inevitability that Vitality eventually start to rack up goals. I'm terrified for Moist, if I'm being honest with you guys. Vitality's, you know, first match point
They'll be
hasn't worked.
fine.
They've still got 2 more.
Yeah, we've already seen the timeout burn, at least on Moist side. I do believe Vitality's still got theirs. For Moist Esports, I mean, they just have to get that first goal because it does feel like Vitality have at least got some sort of download happening. On the other side, though, it's like Moist stylistically are playing very well. If they can somehow keep their cool and not go full panic mode in defense, and even then, full panic mode actually kind of worked. So maybe what we've learned from the pros today is if you're in defense, scream, panic. Flail, panic, just do whatever you've got to. Just almost scare everyone up. Make yourself look big.
It's a great calm, actually, to drop if you're playing Rocket League with your friends. I'm panicking.
That'd be a great one.
Great calm, very useful to know. But here we go into game 6. No time for panicking. We're right back into Rocket League. No timeout called there for Vitality. They think that they can get this done without one.
See if they can force a game 6.
Really work for this. That was actually a clatter of a shot there from Berdosin. He might have had a clear shot to the top corner there. It would have been needed to be perfect for sure.
Oh, Zen off the reset. What the dunk as well. Again, Moist Esports holding strong somehow in defense. Now it seems like Vitality happens to try and go for the outplays. The boost is only
okay,
on
Joyo.
So he's going to have to do something good here. And instead, everyone's getting up. Rezi's still on the goal line, held his nerve.
I think Alpha just tried to pitch the ball and he's just slammed his car into the side wall there. Relatable. But, you know, again, Moist just trying to hold on in defense. This is where they've been for a lot of this series. Vitality dominating the boost battle. Anytime you look at the top right, it's just 3 full rows, and compared to Moist, who often have 1 or 2 players completely starved at the same time. The ball is just ricocheting off the Moist back wall over and over again. That's a key pickup at mid there from Rezi. Just, you know, these small margins, winning the race to these big boosts, that's how Moist can start to get control of this series.
Yeah, they just need a big boost pickup. They're not getting the ball to bounce anywhere that they really wanted to. Although now they've got 3 players crowded around the ball, 2 players crowded around the ball. Zen off the backboards. Oh, he got it!
Oh,
yes,
Zen breaking out the protractor.
Into the bottom corner. I guess, you know, it's a good question, but why are we even asking if he has that? It's Rezi who got the last touch on it, but the job had been done by Zen. It's already across the line, unable to be saved.
I mean, what can you do with Zen, bro? He's just diffy.
And now Moist are in big, big trouble.
1-0. Vitality have looked like the better squad now off the backboard. Moist Esports cannot allow this to get out of control.
And Vitality are a bunch of sharks, dog. Once there's blood in the water.
The thing as well is that Vitality got through the kickoff without conceding any possession. In the neutral game, they have been the better team by quite some margin. Zed off the challenge. Trying to leave it. That corner 100 is still available.
Rezi gets that? Rezi gets that, so it's over Alpha? Not over Alpha.
3 minutes.
Ooh,
okay, hold up.
Redosin got shut
Let
down.
him cook.
Rezi maybe rushing the center ball a bit. He just ends up clearing it to the far side.
Yeah.
Moist
Bro, for real, dude.
Harder to fake now than earlier in the series where Vitality were having success with it. But, you know, once you've had success with mind games, the opponents are going to adjust.
Something tells me the reign of Zen has only just begun.
In these dribbling positions.
Below Alpha again. I think I've seen Alpha lose any of those positions just yet. Off the backboard, Zen drops it.
Oh my goodness.
And he's dropped onto the hood of Oli, actually, who might be quite happy with what he just saw. Now goes for the flick. Again, I feel like Oli's just sort of rushing these offense.
Something tells me Zen's going to be...
Backboard, Zen, has he? Well, there's no point asking the question.
Doing stuff just like that for some time.
It doesn't matter what corner of the goal you cover. He could put it in another one. Joyo's got top right. No problem. Let's go bottom right. If he wanted to, he could have shot that anywhere in the goal, I swear. This guy has ridiculous control, and he continues to amaze every single time he plays. It's 2-0 Vitality. Moist
insane, bro.
have to pull something out of the bag right now, or this is going to be the end of their tournament. That could be it, though. Oli with a free shot. He's hit the post.
Wow.
Oli gets that first. That might have been a big response, bro.
Rezi off the
that could have been the catalyst. Hold on.
They're trying to get anything going.
Hold on, Rezi. Hold on, Rezi to Joyo. Let's go!
So there is one more response for Moist Esports. Rezi with the flip reset pass. Joyo trusted it. He made sure to put that shot nowhere near Zen. Just into the top corner it goes. A long time left in the game. And this would be a big swing of momentum and Moist can come back here.
Again, kickoff somewhat good here for Vitality. Oli's now got control. Are we going to see the best of Moist now that they've got a full go for it? Pass to Rezi. He would have liked that to rather than slightly behind.
I needed more oomph on that shot, bro. Hold on.
Backboard.
You knew what's going on there. You already knew.
And they've got up.
You already knew what it was.
They just show them how it's done, whereas Moist shoot one time too early. Alpha goes backboard and then shoots once it's so much harder to defend. Lovely infield there as well by Renosin to bring Alpha into the play, and the first touch from Alpha made it impossible for the defender.
Team Vitality are double tap merchants right now. This is the play to go for. It is working every time, and when you're as skilled as they are, you might as well just go for it. Oli now in the low challenge. They need an early goal. Pass. Oli's on that far side.
Hold on.
He's on low boost.
Let him cook!
Okay, they're
Let
still
him
in this
cook!
one.
Rezi did just enough here to keep the defender at bay. He's threatening the reset, so Alpha doesn't want to dive and get outplayed by that flip reset, but
there's
by
still
waiting
time.
Back, he leaves himself susceptible to Oli's immediate ground shot. Once more, Moist have a response, 1 goal difference, but can they close the gap?
Oh, they've lost it back corner, which is great for them. Rezi
Come on,
goes
Rezi.
ceiling. He's got the reset. He's got Oli.
Whoa.
Oh, they almost found each other.
Oli moved the backboard just a car width away from where Vitality expected it to be. There is no follow-up for Moist just yet. They've still got Vitality in a bit of an awkward position. Mind game lands, 50-50 win. Oli on the wrong side.
Yeah, I didn't know if Oli was cutting in just yet. Now Joyo wants to try and go for the outplay. It's not on for him. Oli's on no boost. Steals the 100 to back corner. But is he going to be able to see this side of the field yet again? Alpha cuts it across. He's got the brace. And he's got grand finals for Vitality.
Just too much power on the shot. Rezi did not think Alpha was going to shoot this first time. That's exactly what he does. And Rezi defending the back wall a bit more than he was defending the goal there. He was thinking Alpha's going to take one more touch and preparing for the interception. What a shot from Alpha 54. Simple compared to his other goal that he scored this game, but just as effective. And it's going to be 5.
And now they just run it up.
For Zen's hat trick. Vitality up by 3. And they are now guaranteed, or as good as guaranteed, that grand final spot against KC.
Karmine Corp, Team Vitality.
Man, again, bro, it's like you can keep up with them for so long, but eventually,
still, it's going to be so much fun.
The seal is broken.
All right, wait to name that kickoff.
And they just run it up. It's crazy, dude.
You're really mixing it up here. I'm surprised that they've thrown that one out here. I guess it's an attempt at not conceding. You know, they've double
keep in mind, this is a Moist roster that isn't technically official yet. We don't know if this is their full squad.
Shot's not going to go in either.
Against
off enough time off the clock to
a Vitality team that's the same squad, just a different coach from last year.
I'm pretty sure
where they pulled off the impossible and had the perfect split. So I think still a positive for Moist.
And they're good. So,
yeah,
but
triple fake this kickoff.
Tough,
as long as they have a goalkeeper and they don't 50-50 the ball, they should be fine. Okay, they 50-50'd it. But Rezi's going to get close down. Vitality left players in defense just to make absolutely sure. And that's game. Vitality advance to the grand final.
We will see them very, very soon. For Moist Esports, though, I mean, right now they will be unhappy and dissatisfied, but
not bad.
That was one of the better attempts we've seen against Vitality.
And especially for a new team. This is a new roster for Moist. They've retained Joyo. Now they're building a team around him that looks to be very competitive, and especially impressive to see Rezi slotting into a lobby like this against the world champions in what is his debut LAN of anything of this scale. So yeah, great stuff.
But they just look at that trophy and just go, yeah, we'll have another.
They probably...
That one actually looks quite tall. We saw the trophy case yesterday. That might be... I don't know. They need to maybe move the shelving a little bit.
I mean, Vitality, it's inevitable they're going to need to expand the trophy cabinet if they keep going the way they're going. But yeah, they almost picked that one up just out of sheer muscle memory. You're so used to picking up trophies. Zen, as he's walking past, just realizes his hands are going to reach for the trophy. He's like, oh wait, no, stop that. We haven't won yet.
I mean, we would call it a trophy cabinet for Vitality. The rate this team's going, they'll call it a warehouse. It's pretty soon.
Vault.
Yeah.
Yes. They just start putting like the trophies with like a like a lorry or something, or a you know, I forgot what it's called.
It's a
forklift. There we go. There we are. The forklift. We got there eventually.
We've got an interview coming up for you guys. We're going to get some English questions at the start of this one that we can listen to, and then Shogun and I will.
Alpha, what made the difference for you between Moist and Vitality right now?
I think they played pretty well as well, but we played better. Like the rotation was better for us, and I think we just played better overall.
Effectivement, ils ont mieux joué, hein, tout simplement. Les rotations étaient meilleures. On va passer justement aux Français. Il y a beaucoup de monde qui sont là, de la famille d'un petit peu tout le monde. Qu'est-ce que ça fait de jouer avec sa famille comparé à des fois où voilà, tu es soit chez toi, soit en LAN, où tu es loin d'eux justement?
En vrai, quand je suis en LAN, souvent ils viennent, pas tout le temps, mais ils sont souvent venus. Mais c'est sûr que ça fait plaisir déjà d'avoir le public avec nous, pas comme d'habitude. Et ouais, juste c'est cool en général. Merci tout le monde.
Yeah, thanking the crowd there.
Alors justement, on va en parler du public. C'est la première fois que tu joues à Paris, la première fois que tu joues avec autant de monde à Paris. Qu'est-ce que ça fait d'avoir le public de Vitality?
I mean, these are all French teams,
à la maison,
right?
Justement, quand tu joues justement. Il y a une petite différence ou pas?
Ah oui, c'est sûr, forcément. Ça fait grave plaisir qu'il y ait tout le monde. Merci à tout le monde. Et
yeah,
ouais, c'est un kiff ici, donc je suis vraiment grave heureux.
And another thanks from Alpha there
Merci beaucoup, Alpha.
for the support
Voilà,
in their
I mean,
first
not
game
Moist, but
finalement face à la Karmine Corp. Nous, on va faire une petite pause et après on revient pour la grande finale.
We're done with the interview there. Sorry, I said 2 questions. It was 1 question in English, but yeah, we did get a couple of questions there in French as well for all of you French listeners. One in chat if you're a French listener on the English stream. You absolutely mad
You
lads.
are aware you have your own.
Yeah, they
stream,
do have
right?
there is a French stream. They're welcome here, Shogun. They are
welcome.
Really welcome here.
They are welcome.
They're plenty feeling welcome. Look at all. See?
Okay.
Welcome. And yeah, as someone who's
I don't know what the 0 was supposed to be about. We didn't ask for a 0 or a 2.
Yeah.
Switch chat,
we're
dog.
having a good time here. I'm in Paris, I think, for the 6th or 7th time. Gregan, I think 10 times. Shogun, a second time now.
I'm racking it up real
2
quick.
weeks in a row. You can't get enough of it. But that's the semi-final action done now. Vitality just straight away to the backstage to prepare for the grand final. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back very soon with your grand final for the Flip and Spin event at Paris Games Week. You're not going to want to miss this one. It's Karmine Corp.
It's going to be a banger, man. What we all expected. KC versus Vitality. Here we go. I wonder how long of a break they're doing since like they just got done. I mean, obviously they'll come back to the studio and they'll talk about it, the next matchup. But I'm kind of curious. Bro, I need to get to an EMEA event at some point. Looks so hype. Beggars can't be choosers either, you know what I mean? A major championship, it don't matter. It's just gotta happen. It's just the rules, you know? Also, by the way, chat, man, appreciate y'all coming through and hanging out with your boy, watching some flip and spin. If y'all enjoy the vibes, we're going to be doing a lot of watch parties over here throughout the season for Rocket League. We do a lot of watch parties throughout across a couple different titles, Rocket League, Valorant, ALGS. We're going to be doing PLQ watch parties unless I end up actually getting called back to cast them. Those start up here 3 weeks. We'll be live this evening to watch the end of Homeground for Valorant. So anyways, if you're enjoying the vibe, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down there on the channel. Also leave a like on the video because hitting those likes seem to help as far as the algorithm people want to watch back afterwards as well. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all are amazing.
Conclusion here with Karmine Corp and Vitality waiting in the final. That'll be happening in about 30-40 minutes or so. So while we're waiting, we'll have a little bit of fun here on the desk. My name is Greg and I'm joined by Johnny Boy and Shogun.
Okay, so we got about a 30-minute break.
Semi-final that we got to enjoy there.
Makes
Moist
sense.
Versus Vitality, a closer affair than the first semi-final, but still Vitality looking like the dominant team.
Yeah, they still look like the team to beat, and that's no surprise, but it's also kind of refreshing. I like that they're still that dominant team. I don't want it to be, you know, Vitality fading away when they are no longer the best team in the world. I want it to be a team rising up to challenge them. So yeah, it looks like we're going to get that for now, as they only have one challenger left in the tournament.
It does feel like it's been a very long time since we had like the team to beat, where they won the World Championship and then someone had to come and dethrone them. We got half of that last season. Obviously, it was a different BDS roster compared to the one that actually won the World Championship.
True, yeah.
But to me, like the last
like
time
the whole,
we saw, like,
well, I guess not the whole team
because get taken down.
Coach
was season 6 when Dignitas were finally dismantled.
Yeah, with that sort of back-to-back winning Worlds, making to the next final. And yeah, that hasn't happened in a while. So maybe this new Vitality roster is that one. But it was only one split in RLCS. Of course, that was the most incredible performance. 3 regionals, a major, and then Worlds back-to-back. We've never seen that before. But still, like, it's been such a short space of time. So how long is this Vitality going to keep going like this for?
That's the thing, though. Is if you're that dominant, that quick,
I believe Zen will fall off.
Thank you.
I don't know how long. as long as I think he's got the talent and the ability to currently.
Zen is not going anywhere.
Active player that lasts the longest with his career, if he wants to. You know, I think if he ever falls off or lowers his level,
he falls off,
because he falls off, focus on other things, not because he can't. No, kind of because he can no longer maintain his level. Alpha, on the other hand,
Zen's going to be the Rocket League of the scum of Rocket League.
How much more does he want to go? Whenever I talk to him, he wants to keep winning. He's not satisfied with what he's achieved. He wants to keep achieving more. And I'm sure Radoson's kind of on the same boat, just wants to keep achieving, keep winning. So if I had to guess,
Scum started really young.
Continue being the team to beat, I think this season as well.
Which is why he was able to play for so long.
I think 2024.
And I think Rocket League has the ability to be a longevity
very
esport.
Refreshing having Zen come on, and it's like that new lease of life. And then also they've now got
should
a new
probably
coach with Fairy Peaks.
upgrade it to Unreal 5,
nice,
but
refreshing
that's a topic for a different day.
Having a lot of fun on stage there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure Fairy Peak's having a great time because he's walked in. There's not a huge amount of work that really needs doing when you walk into that Vitality team, but it's almost a different kind of pressure, isn't it? Where whatever this Vitality team does now, Fairy Peak has inherited a squad that is undefeated when it comes, well, they've been beaten, but uneliminated from any 3v3 tournament in the world. Fairy Peak has taken that on his own shoulders where, what sort of credit will there kind of be available to him? This team.
Should I turn this up a little bit while we're here, chat?
They were already doing that. So for Fairy, it is a big, big ask for him of like, how do you get your stamp on this team without taking away what has made them championship winners, and how do you?
Because usually I don't want to like
get the credit.
have to fight with them volume wise, but I'm gonna be listening more to this.
I mean, Fairy Peak, I believe, is the longest standing player on Vitality. He was there for over 4 years, being the first French player that they signed, stuck with them, played with Alpha for over 2 years, and then was sub for an extra like 4 months at the end of his career. He's then back as coach now. So do you reckon that legacy of being part of Vitality, he really feels that, you know, need to succeed for a team that he cares so much about?
Yeah, and I think Fairy Peak's never really been, you know, a selfish player. I've never known him as a selfish person. So he's gonna be, you know, perfect as a, you know, mindset to be a coach and to get the best out of this team. Because if there's one person who wants to see one of his current team surpass him as the longest standing player in Vitality, it would be Fairy Peak. He's helping Alpha do just that, as Alpha, I think, approaches 4 years on the roster as well.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a moment to appreciate Vitality for what they are. We'll get to see a bit more of those in the final, so we'll get a chance to talk a bit more about them
real
later
fair,
on. But
actually.
Moist, I think the fact that Rezi played on his LAN debut, but it didn't, like, it wasn't as good as online Rezi, but it was still a solid performance for a LAN debut from him. And Oli as well, looking really good.
I was incredibly impressed by Oli. I think he was the best player on Moist, by a distance, actually, regarding what we saw in that series. For Rezi, I think he got more comfortable as he started to realize, all right, Vitality are above us at this moment. I think once that realization settled in, he actually started to play his game a little bit more, and just sort of, it felt like the pressure came off his shoulders. So I think he'll be significantly better now that he's got that out of the way. You always want to get that out of the way before you end up hitting a Vitality in like a major finals or something. So yeah, they'll be happy. I mean, not right now, but they should be happy. And I think they take on any team that is not KC and is not Vitality. They might have a good shot at being third best, because I wasn't blown away by what we got from BDS.
That's fair, actually.
Last season, they were kind of 5th best in Europe, and that kind of
and they're still a newer roster.
At majors, whereas now they got that ability to say, oh, we're up there now.
I think that's a good point.
With the best. Definitely a stronger debut performance on LAN than BDS, but we got to see both those teams.
I kind of wish we could see those two teams play against each other for like a third place.
And Drali, who've not experienced this high level of RLCS team for a while. But do you think, out of those two, Drali and Rezi, that we saw today, you know, both of them have got a long way to go. Which of those do you think is going to be a higher peak in the future of Rocket League?
I think I have to go with Drali on that one. You know, right now, Rezi has a lot more experience than Drali. He's made deep runs in Hogan mode at the end of last season. He's been around the RLCS scene competing for a long, long time. Drali's just getting started. So yeah, Drali's going to have some catching up to do to get to Rezi's level of experience and execution. But I think, yeah, he will. I think he will surpass. Drali's one of those players who just has so much natural ability for the game, learns so ridiculously quickly that if he can just keep working at it, because I know he did take a big break when he was 15. He couldn't play RLCS because he lived in Morocco at the time. Now he's playing. Now he can play RLCS because he lives in France. And
Vitality still able to.
So if he can keep that up, if he can keep up the work ethic,
keep their streak
he's got
going.
The ability for sure.
Similar story to Itachi there, but we have
this new
just so you guys know at home, we
Karmine
are
Corp team
not
take
quite
a roster or
Games,
take it
we're
down
a little
here.
bit away, so we're aware that they're having their own thing going on right now. They
didn't let us in.
Yeah, they didn't let us in. Only French people allowed. Now, of course,
you needed your passport for that, Gregan.
Well, let's not bring up passports again. I've got it now. It's all in the past. But they're going to be having their final kicking off in probably about 20 minutes or so. So in the meantime, we'll have a bit of fun here and do a bit more of a sort of trivia game. It's kind of like a debate here. So we're discussing a bit about how Zen and Vatira are sort of making a bit of a claim for being GOATs, and they're going to be both in the final here. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of KC versus Vitality in finals to come. So the question really was, what's the future top 5 best players in the world going to look like? Because at the moment, you know, it's typically K-Dot, Turbo Pulsar. But are they going to get kicked out in the future? And who's going to be joining them in the top 5 of the future? Shogun, who do you think?
I'm gonna do one thing on this. You have to get involved in this conversation as well. You have to add to this top 5.
I'm just the host.
What's the time frame?
You're absolutely
What's the time frame we're talking about here? Top 5 when? So
long if we say sort of RLCS seasons is one a year, we're going to have 3 more RLCS seasons.
Yeah.
And at the end of that, so in 3 years' time.
Okay.
What's the consensus top 5?
End of 2026.
Okay.
Because the top 5 GOAT's going to be.
It's almost definitely not going to be a player we haven't seen yet, because to get into that top 5 in that 3-year time frame is almost impossible. So it's going to be a player.
Unless they've been ordered the worlds in that time, at which point, fair play to you. But
yeah.
I don't think we see any of those on the way. Zen seems to be the easy one to sort of press in this direction.
Okay.
I'm going to put Zen in that top 5.
So just so everyone, maybe that hasn't even thought about these discussions before, Monkey Moon is still considered by most to be thirds, kind of. But
he's close. I don't think it's as clear. I personally, and I know this is not going to resonate well with our French viewers, but I don't think Monkey Moon's top 3 yet. I don't.
I reckon he's 4th right now.
Maybe it's Garrett, Justin.
Yeah, I'll put Garrett.
I think Garrett and Justin still have a good claim to be greater than Monkey Moon.
Well, it's all about that sort of big stat, right? Like, what's the thing that makes someone the GOAT? And with Monkey Moon, he's obviously got the titles that he's won. He won the first 1-year-long season Worlds, dominated the online era, but ultimately he's got the most earnings, which is
he does. Yeah,
which realistically it's because he's done a lot of his winning since the prize pools have gone up, but he is
up a lot as well.
Yeah. But he has won a lot of things. He's won majors, he's won Worlds, he's come second at a lot of those as well. I think Monkey Moon's up there now.
I'd still put him behind Garrett, Justin, but top 5 is a conversation I'm willing to entertain. I think he could be that number 5. But yeah, we're talking number 5 in 3 years, definitely. Yeah, Monkey Moon's
up there, top
without
5
question.
in the future. So we've got Zen, Monkey Moon in the future. Is it just going to be full French? It's going to be full French, isn't it?
But I mean, obviously, Vatira is kind of the next one.
Let's say Vatira
the question is, are we in 3 years' time? Are we kicking K-Dop and Turbo out of this top 5 conversation? Are they going to be? Are we going to be able to get rid of one of them?
No, I don't think so. I think that the power of work that they've done, the amount of wins they've had, is going to be very hard for more than 3 players. You got to think, okay, even if Monkey Moon passes them,
Zen, and Vatira,
even if Zen and Vatira pass them, you've got to think, okay, maybe Alpha as well is the next in line if current teams continue.
Unsung hero Alpha, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the difficulty for Alpha is that if things continue as they are, he will be second fiddle to Zen, which is fine if you're winning. It doesn't really matter. GOAT conversations are for people like us who are watching and for you guys in chat to argue about as well.
Yeah.
On social media, but it shouldn't really be what Alpha is thinking about. It shouldn't really be what Zen's thinking about when they're playing as teammates. Oh, I need to be better than that guy in your team. No, you don't. You're in the team. You should be helping each other succeed, which I'm sure they are. But yeah, does Alpha 54? We stay with Zen for 3 years and surpass K-Dop. Well,
if he stays with Zen, Zen surely cannot go past him because he's always just gonna have the same results. But a few more years behind him regarding getting other stuff, that might be the best strat here. Just keep on going, or stay one step ahead.
It's so hard though, because you have to keep winning everything. And Turbo and K-Dop, I'd say are still pretty far ahead for me. I think that K-Dop's number 1 and Turbo's right behind him. And I think there's a big gap.
With the GOAT conversation, I'm interested. How much of a factor do things outside of RLCS affect it? So
not much for me.
Not much for you. You're pure RLCS.
It depends. So what are we talking about? If we're talking about any other game mode, not
things,
at all. Maybe?
Things like Gamers 8, DreamHack.
Okay, well, Gamers 8 possibly you could say a little bit because
especially in the next couple of years, there's going to be like the World Cup.
So I'd say it has some influence, but probably nowhere near as much as a major. For example,
so if we start getting big,
I would love to start seeing more tournaments like Gamers 8 does.
This is obviously in 3 years' time. Who knows what?
That was such a fun tournament.
If there's a big event outside of RLCS and it's pure 3v3, that definitely does count for GOAT status in 3v3. Because I think we're talking about 3v3 GOAT really. So every other event that doesn't contain 3v3 shouldn't count for the 3v3 GOAT. But Gamers 8 has 3v3. It's predominantly 3v3, so I think it does count just a tiny bit, but not that much.
Can I throw a massive wrench in this then? Because all we've really talked about so far is Europeans on this one.
Yeah,
who do we have up there for North America?
Well, Garrett G,
Justin.
Garrett G, Justin. Where do we see Garrett? How is Garrett's legacy going to look in 3 years? Because obviously NRG is taking a massive change up to how they're going about things.
Haven't looked good in a minute.
Is Garrett going to go up in opinion, or is he going to go down?
If he makes another major, I can tell you right now, Garrett
makes a major.
Yeah, if he makes a major, he's firming his spot up there. Because I think, to fall down and then come back, and for how long he's done it, he's a player who's been to the most lands, right? Like he was
It's like him or Tarsos.
Yeah.
Because Tarsos might have like got a few back on him at the end of last season when Garrett wasn't qualifying.
True.
Tarsos is just everywhere. Just every single
Cammy
event.
as well.
He's part of the furniture now.
Cammy's another one. He made a bunch of lands with Elevate last season. So yeah, you got to watch out for these OCE goats as well.
Sneaking their way in.
Getting the land stats, the top statistical
would
players.
a MENA player potentially make it?
It's also possible if like MENA continues their current trajectory that someone enters the top 10, for maybe even top 5 in 3 years. But to get up to the very top is hard to see because they're starting
because that means MENA has to have won not just one event but a few events. So at the moment they are very, very far back on this. I mean, obviously they've got that grand finals over at London. They've had a few very good results. I mean, they've got semi-finals over in Boston, but that's not enough. That's not even close to enough to start entering this. And it's also about, who does it at that point? Because if, let's say, a team like, whatever Khaled's on or, Ahmad's on, where would you then start taking into account like the amount that they did for the region to be a part of that legacy as well? So, yeah, it's obviously very difficult there. I think they're very far behind, though. Same with South American players. Like, it's just hard to justify.
Let's bring it back in then. So we've got our top 5 right now. What we've said in 3 years' time, there'll be Zen, Vatira, Monkey Moon.
Well, we can all have different top 5s.
Okay.
If you want.
All right.
And then
we're ordering this. So the last question I want to say, so KDOP and Turbo, we know they're probably not going to have a result playing. I think KDOP's probably still going to try, but I don't know whether it's going to go so well for him.
KDOP will keep trying until he's getting it clear.
If either of them take on a role and do as well as someone like Ferra did as a coach, does that start contributing to GamerAdvantage? It's only purely as play.
Only gameplay, yeah.
Okay, because Ferra's obviously broken some records as the first player to win and as a player.
Just because Ferra is coaching does not mean he is not going to enter ranked matches and still get called an Airbus. Like, that has not changed. The playing legacy is still there.
It's just an idea, now that coaches are a bigger part of the team. I was wondering if that would add to their legacy.
It's a GOAT coach, totally different thing though.
Now, if KC need another super sub at the end of a World Championships, and Ferra's like, all right, lads, I'm ready to go, and they win it, then he's a world champion. And at that point, yeah, you go for it, but that's a lot.
So we got different lists here, right? So let's try and round these out as quickly as possible.
My list of our top 5 in 3 years, I'm predicting in no particular order. KDOP, Turbo is still in there, and then I think the other 3 will be Zen, Vatira, and Monkey Moon.
Does anyone ever take?
That's the same list for me.
Same?
I would say for me, the order, I'm going to say the order will be Vatira, Monkey Moon, Zen.
Is that Vatira first or Vatira 5th?
Vatira first. Yeah.
Hello. Okay.
So, this is my theory, right? Zen's going to win too much. He's going to go through the alpha journey of being really good, coming into Vitality. Then they sort of like hover for a bit.
What, is he going to not have a monitor for like a year or 2?
Yeah. And then he'll pop back up again and he'll start winning. But that'll be in 5 years' time, Zen will be the GOAT. Okay. But he's going to have like a little year lull. I feel like every player loses sight of what makes them tick. And I feel like
Zen won't lose sight of what makes him tick. No, he'll be the GOAT in 3 years. It'll be Zen, Vatira, Monkey Moon, KDOP, Turbo. If I have to order
to be fair, that's probably the most likely thing. That's my...
I'll go Zen. Monkey Moon feels like he's really far behind, like winning stuff at the moment regarding like his distance to him and Vitality. So I'll go Zen, Vatira, first and second at that point. KDOP, obviously Turbo, and then 5th would be Monkey Moon.
Monkey Moon at 5. We got the same 5. No alphas in there.
I could see that. Okay, so chat, I'm going to give you a choice here. Right, so we've got about 10 minutes before the French broadcast starts kicking things back off again and the players start sitting back down into their seats. We could either go have a 10-minute timer where you just have a number counting us down, or do you want us to keep talking? It's honestly, it's up to you guys.
It is. You can choose either.
I haven't got the chat up at the moment, so I don't know if we're getting shouted out or not.
Keep talking, talk at least.
Okay, yeah, right.
See? This is what actually happens. Is usually when we're doing this, when we're talking, everybody's saying, "Stop talking, go to the match." But there is no match. So
there is no match.
Understand our predicament.
Yeah. So what, the other thing as well. When I say 10 minutes for when they start coming back, it will then be about another 10 minutes before the game even starts.
Yeah,
after that. So you've got about 20 minutes of us chatting. So it's sort of like a normal Johnny Boy stream when he's waiting for the players to turn up.
Where you just wait in, waffle in, and nothing's really happening next. But this time, there's not like a Johnny Boy stream because we do have another match coming up. Usually, I don't.
Yeah, guys, I've got something for you real soon. Please. The lobby.
So with this next game, we got KC versus Vitality. I got a question for you. Which of those is going to be the dominant team going forward? Which team? Like Vitality have just come off of being the best team in Europe, best team in the world.
I mean, do you want my all-out prediction here on this
Go
one?
on.
Yes.
I wanted to stake my claim on.
Yes.
KC are going to win this.
Okay.
KC are going to win this event,
Oh my.
and then they're going to look worse. They're gonna select their actual roster, and they will be a worse team.
Shogun with his hot take.
That's a world.
That is a very realistic world that can happen.
And then they're like, okay, goodbye, stand in,
Yeah.
and they lose.
And then Vitality go back to being the best team.
I think Vitality's going to win today. They're going to keep winning. They're just going to keep winning. I think that Vitality's too good. And yeah, when other teams have looked good early in tournaments, BDS last season looked pretty good early in tournaments and looked like they might be able to match Vitality. Then they get to the grand final and it's just nowhere close, not even close. The only team actually who were able to beat Vitality in any grand final was KC with Vatira, Exotic, and Tachi. Then they lost the next series anyway. So they're going to be hoping for that, but I can't believe it.
There was some gamesmanship on that other one.
I can't.
That was all Ferra. We'll give that one to Ferra.
I guess the big thing here is we've got 6 of the best players in the world in this final. And I guess that's the real question right now. Is the difference between our best players right now in Rocket League and the next, is there a big gap? Because for a long time, especially in Europe, it was, chaotic Europe, any team could win. But now I feel like the gap is growing, and now we're starting to see these players that are just on another level that are so consistent and everything like that. Has that changed now, do you think?
I think yes, and predominantly because these top teams in Europe at the end of the last season in particular, but for the whole season to a lesser degree, just took the game much more seriously. Every event you would see BDS or boot camping. You see Vitality or boot camping. You'd see KC or boot camping. And then you look at all of the other rivals from around the world, the other teams who are making deep runs in tournaments, they're not boot camping. They're not really treating it as much of a job as these teams are. And I think that's what's really separated these top teams from the rest. And part of it obviously also comes down to the fact that the players are so good. I think that right now the European online server and ranked is just ridiculously stacked. Partially helped by the fact that the Middle Eastern community and the EU community both combine. And the rising tide raises all boats in both regions. But yeah, on top of it all, it seems to be the French teams, the next gen of French players who have just been a different level of professionalism.
Can you beat the poetic nature of what Johnny Boy just said? The rising tides raises all ships, was it you said?
Boats, ships,
Boats.
something like that.
I won't
Give us some
necessarily try it
poetry,
that way, but I will very much reiterate the same point that he's trying to make where, I mean, you think back to Queso on the rise, getting themselves up to be the very, very top team out there.
Like we did there.
Fantastic, amazing, wow! But you've completely screwed me up here. But we look towards when they were coming on up, and what is that, like 20 months ago now, when they were all on it, and we're still excited to see all 3 of those players where they end up. You take that into contrast regarding, say, season 6, season 4, heck, even like season 8 and season 5, roughly within that insane time frame. Like that is a massive difference between the scene in season 5 and season 8. Compared to when Queso were on the come up and where those players are now. I mean, they've all spread out, but it does feel like the same players are always at the same top teams when, couldn't say that back then.
I think the online era really shuffled up the talent because it gave the opportunity for a lot of players who otherwise couldn't commit. Yeah, exactly. And then with the open era, the online era, it completely reshuffled things up. And you got this whole new generation of people who could make it.
Yeah, you had to win the qualifier for Rival Series. Then I think there was multiple qualifier stages for Rival Series, open, then closed, and then you had to win Rival Series. Then you had to win the promotion tournament, and now you're in RLCS. There's so many steps, and only a few teams can make it in that last gap. It's like a filter back.
And then you get what happened. I think it was season 7 or something like that, where you get to the Rival Series qualifiers and you go over in NA, and you're like, all right, who are we playing? Cloud9 and G2 Esports. What have we done to this point?
They've trolled for a whole season just to now eliminate us from promo relegation, and we're back for another half year in Rival Series, trying to win again against all of the other top teams in the bubble. So that filter, the fact that only 1 or 2 teams could promote and relegate, it protected players already in the league. It protected teams that were maybe not as good anymore as they always were. But as soon as it went open, all of these teams who were just clinging on for relevancy by not being the worst, suddenly they got eliminated. They got replaced by these new players who are working harder, putting in more time in the game, and it, eventually became the real dominant forces in the region.
And with the open era, it forced teams to work even harder, right? Because then they had to stay up above. But you guys can see we've got a little timer just here.
Oh, we like that.
And we still have 20 minutes
till the final.
See, now you get us and you get a timer. It's the best of both worlds.
So is this the game start or is this the?
That is the game start.
Game start. Wow.
All right,
okay,
you know what?
cool.
Don't show that to the players because they'll find some way of being like 3 to 5 minutes late on that.
So we're probably going to see the players well before that. I'd say 10, 15 minutes before that, hopefully. So we will have plenty to look at outside of the 3 of us in the studio. So the studio's lovely. We want to definitely see the players on LAN, see them on stage.
Have you seen the crowd?
Yeah, they
Looks unreal.
As you'd expect, a Rocket League LAN in France with the best players in the world has a massive audience.
And when you think about what Paris Games Week is as an event, to have the greatest players in Rocket League rock up to the event, like that's like coming along to a football convention and then suddenly you've got like Messi and Ronaldo just playing on the stage, like
1v1 as yes they did.
Yeah. Like we've literally got the best players in the world, which typically would fill an arena of 10,000 plus people. So yeah, we are very fortunate to have this event on at Paris Games Week.
Pretty
and
cool,
for all those
man.
people in the crowd, we have the ultimate rivalry: the Golden Hornets versus the Blue Wall.
Yeah, slightly not quite as loud as it was.
We have to wait and see. We're not sure.
To be fair, we don't know if the KC lot are just going to suddenly barge on in.
If they just come in with the drums right now as we're about to start, then oh boy, it's kicking off again.
That is the happiest I've been to not be casting a match. That was just something else to experience.
Likewise.
In the crowds.
Incredible match. KC Vitality. This is the revenge for Vatira, but honestly, like the revenge for Rise as well. He's lost to Vitality I don't know how many times when he played for BDS and before that on other teams, and Nolly as well has had very little success against Vitality. 4-0'd out of Boston by Vitality. I don't recall if they played at the World Championship as well. I don't think they did because they were eliminated in the quarterfinal, and Vitality played Falcons in the quarterfinal. So they dodged them in that one.
I'm going to production. I don't know if this is asking too much of you, but we're still getting asked in chat when is the final starting. So can we can we get an arrow like right here that just points at this, or just like
you're stuck there. Whoever the camera is on has to
That's
point
Twitch
at it.
chat, dog.
I'll
That's
take
just going to be
my
Twitch
job.
chat.
There we go. Let's make sure I'm always the right.
yeah,
there.
we've always just got to be pointing
There we
at
are. All right, let's see if Johnny's got his.
Johnny, you ready?
No, I'm not Johnny.
There
we go.
So
All right.
I
I tell you what, the wide shot is going to look real weird at this point.
Over here. Yeah.
There.
So
is that helping?
there? It's this way.
Oh no! There we go.
Oh my goodness, guys! Look, we would love to get to the final, but of
Start
course,
the game, Gregan.
yeah, we don't press the switch.
Come on,
This is
casters,
an interesting
start the
experience for us,
game.
'cause this is typically what the other language streams will have to do. You know, when we're doing RLCS, the French stream will wait for us.
They're like, what are they doing?
While
in this
T-Bates
broadcast?
and Gibbs are debating something on the desk, you know, the French stream are like, we want to start the
They're
game.
like, really cool.
Yeah.
What's this nonsense?
Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? You know, like it's just so we're getting to experience that here, and hopefully you guys now have a newfound appreciation for the language streams, and we're having a lot of fun here. The way we're being treated out in Paris.
It's very chill. It's very chill.
Yeah.
Compared to when you're on the main broadcast, you've got to be, everything's very in time, and we're like, well, we don't know what they're. Let's just see what they do next.
Yeah.
The camera on the players, cool.
Is that Zen? Yeah, that's Zen.
Oh,
Walk it
the
out.
camera on the audience, great. All right, let's just roll with that. Oh, they
Yeah,
put the camera on the casters. Get it up. Off the casters.
That's
not
implying
us.
a lot less winging it than we usually do on the RLCS, which is a lot of winging it.
That's a secret, Shogun. It's not
We
supposed to know
wing
that.
it real good.
You're not supposed to know that. Shogun.
Shh, don't reveal the secret.
Wing it real
To be fair,
good.
this is the highest production stream on
Yeah.
Johnny Boy's channel ever.
Probably ever, yeah.
Yeah.
not a
Very-
lot of high
you're a very
production
lucky boy.
Yeah,
Underscore right.
whenever I'm the one doing the production, it's not high production, that's for sure.
Just think, we can go back 3 years and it's just a text box.
Chat is still
go
asking.
back like 3 weeks and see the text. Go back 3 years.
When does the match start? I don't even know if they're memeing now.
They're memeing. There has to be a joke.
memeing.
Yeah, memeing.
It
Put
is
one in chat if you're memeing.
They're not going to follow you on that, mate.
No, that's the Johnny Boy thing, right?
Well, you could say put one in chat and then not finish the sentence, and everybody will put one in chat. Like,
Look at them! Look at them go. Gregan, start the match. Let me just phone up my boy Ferry Peak and be like, hey, can you start the match for me?
Get Zen in the lobby, please.
Yeah.
They need time as well. The players do need time to, just chill out for a bit before the big grand final. I think this is probably something that should happen more often, if I'm being honest, because when grand final is right after the semi-final, for one of those teams, that's not a big break, and it's quite hard to maintain your level in an intense grand final if there's not a big enough gap. And
We've seen that a lot, haven't we? Especially in double elimination when it's a longer journey for the lower bracket team. They can really tire themselves out. We've had some of the worst finals off the back of the lack of break, haven't we?
Yeah,
I think I casted all of those.
Was it season 4 where
I casted that one.
Method came in exhausted. But the upper final when they played each other was a really close game. 7, really good, and then they went through the long journey and then straight into the final exhausted.
Well, but the most recent one I can recall is G2 versus Queso in the Winter Major 2022. The gap between both of the series in the grand final is very short, and Rise has gone on record saying that they'd barely made it backstage and, you know, still processing the fact that they just won with a few seconds remaining in Game 7. Well. Yeah, so the adrenaline is not even settled down, and they're being told, okay, you guys have got 10 minutes and we need you back on stage. Because the match is starting in 15 minutes from this second, or 30 minutes from now. You know, you need to give these players time, and
so they're on stage.
Also, point at the timer.
we pass that on.
The WhatsApp is around somewhere. Now.
They can't hear us. They can't hear us. Now these guys are great. We had a chance to meet these guys last week for the qualifier. They're all lovely, and they're helping us. With our France exploration in the area. We've not had too much chance to go too far because the show's running quite late here in what is it? How do you say the place we're in for everyone who's watching? I said it earlier correctly. Le Veloppere. Is this right? Chat, is that a place in France? Is that a place in Paris?
Type 1.
I think it's Levelot.
Type 1, if that's a place.
Yeah, you think if you read French like I do that it would be Levelois, but it's not. It's Levelot.
They're confirming it. Why are all the French experts in your chat?
Yes, they're all saying yes. Good. Okay, that's what we are.
They're like, hey, chat says it, man. If chat says it, must be true.
It is a complete
Levelot.
Yeah, well, speaking of the French cast, I got a chance to play with Fury on stream, and
D-rank.
It's amazing. You'd think that the French casters would be better because they're French, but they're just the same.
Are they
also useless?
What are we thinking,
they're
chat?
All smart with no mechanics. it's like it's
Vitality keeping their streak.
Holy
shit.
But yeah, that was good fun. But of course, we can see there on the stage.
Is Vitality keeping their streak, or Karmine Corp going to be able to upset them here?
This as well. Ferra and Ferry Peak standing now as coaches when they were, big rivals back in their peaks as the 2 best teams in Europe around the Season 7, Season 8 era. I think they played together on their first team, in fact, before they even...
Who do they play with? Like, was it Brecker or something?
Yeah, Brecker. How do you remember that? I'm pretty sure it's that.
I can't remember Toxic earlier, but I remember that.
Like, Brecker or something. It's Brecker, right? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, is that right? Someone's got to know this even more than I do. Fairy Peak, Ferra, and who was their third?
Yeah.
Their first ever team.
If it Growly says it, don't believe him.
Okay, we don't believe
Brecker is breakfast. That's not the answer. Okay.
Well, that would make sense. Is it breakfast in French? Because he was French. He might have named himself Breakfast.
We can see there 2 stars on the chest of the Vitality jersey. The first star earned by Ferry Peak as a player. The second by the team sat in front of him. So that synergy of the team coming through. And you can see there their manager as well. This is another thing a lot of people speaking about. Can Ferry Peak be a good coach for the team?
I just can't get used to Ferra and a Karmine Corp.
Being able to really boost the coach's confidence.
It doesn't
and the
seem
structure
right,
in place will really help them all to be able to achieve their own success. So it's great to see these ex-pros coming through and succeeding so soon after their careers.
I have a question for you. Let's say you go off to the World Championship, and on the final day, you buy yourself a Vitality jersey, and 3 hours later, that Vitality jersey has changed because they won a second one. Because they had the little pin up there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? If that was you? Is it limited edition
or? It's a memory, right?
It's a memory?
Yeah. Okay. This was the last jersey ever bought with 1 star on it. You could say something like that, right?
You could, yeah, okay.
You'd also be a bit annoyed. I should have waited.
There's the cope, the admission.
Yeah, you can see on that bracket there the journey. KC and Vitality, they dominated their journeys. Even though it was close, that Moist versus Vitality series, it still looked like Vitality were in control. If anything, it was impressive how good Moist looked in that series.
Yeah.
But still, Vitality just looking so much stronger. Now we really get a chance to see the 2 dominant teams in Flip and Spin have a go against each other. And Vitality with the same roster we saw dominate last season. Now KC with changes. Nolly standing in alongside Rise and Vatira.
Yep.
Shogun, how do you think this is going to go?
I mean, I've already.
You think they're going to win?
I've got KC winning on this one.
But like gameplay-wise, what are we expecting to see? Are we seeing?
I think Vitality.
I mean, Karmine Corp kind of has
near their best,
like nothing to lose,
I think that
right?
They need to actually level it up going into this next one because what they've been doing is enough for a very hesitant Moist team. But this is not going to be a hesitant team they're up against. They've got very experienced players against them, players that want to beat them. players that are happy to punch up, and they've really got nothing to lose because, you know, despite what I'm saying over here, whatever this team doesn't affect them moving forwards because this isn't the team. I think that is maybe the most dangerous squad they can possibly play against, where nobody's going to be playing thinking, oh, what's going to happen to me next week? Like, according to them right now, doesn't matter next week. They're going to play
pure honeymoon buff with no worry about the settling down.
This is the Rise
afterwards.
special right now. He wants to change teams weekly. Like, this is the best you'll ever get him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people after their honeymoon wish they wouldn't have to settle, but we're going to have a little chance to settle now before the final as we have a little break, and then we'll come back after that.
What's up, Eric? You said Vive?
Our grand final of Flip and Spin. Make sure to stick around.
If that's French, if that happens to be French, I don't know. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, big dog. All right. We're going to watch this, and then we're probably not going to watch the post show, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with y'all, chat. Take a little time before I head into work. We're going to decorate the Christmas tree with the family. So, but we will be back tonight for home ground again tonight. That starts at, let me make sure I tell you all the right time. I think it's 10:40, but I could be wrong. I was indeed wrong. It starts at 11:10, which means pre-show will probably be going on probably by 10:45. Probably look at sometime around then. I might pop on just at 11. We'll see, kind of see what the pre-show's looking like. I don't want to miss Agent Select or nothing before going live, so. But we'll start with Fnatic DRX, the winner of that playing Cloud9 in the grand finals. We'll watch both of those. Maybe depending on the downtime, watch a little bit of the Gauntlet, potentially. Because that should be tonight, right? Main stage of the Gauntlet for OCE. I do believe. See if KCP can go back to back.
Welcome back, everybody, and we are ready for the grand finals. It's Karmine Corp taking on Team Vitality to see who can crown themselves Flip and Spin champions.
That's what it's all about. It's about the biggest title in the off-season for
The
3v3
Flip and
on
Spin
LAN in Paris. Vatira versus Zen. This is so scripted, but we kind of knew it because these teams are so dominant, and you know, not everybody's cup of tea. Some people want all of their chaos and anybody can win. For me personally, I want to be able to accurately predict who wins because I like being right. So, you know, the good thing about this is you could just say, okay, what team's Vatira on? What team's Zen on? Yeah, I think they're going to win. And a lot of the time you're right, which makes you sound smart, which is a good thing most of the time.
He says this. We did prediction challenges last season. It was always right in the middle.
I was always in the middle. Yeah, never very wrong, never very right. Always very boringly average. But this is
all right. Here they come up on stage.
A ton
the
of
blue
prize
wall
money being separated here. Unlike many other events, the prize pool is very top heavy for Flip and Spin for Rocket League, and I think although that will be in the back of the minds, very much in the back of the minds for these guys, Vatira, Nully, and Rise. That's one of the reasons why this is so important to them for sure.
Second place gets the same split as third and fourth. Kind of crazy.
And Vatira really has been sort of anointed the face of Rocket League when it comes to KC. See just behind, spinning around is that trophy that the players all want to be lifting. Vitality, who we'll be seeing very soon. Yeah, as you mentioned, they almost like lifted it out of
Yeah, the muscle
You
memory.
hear the crowd there in the back. I love
I went
it.
to double check because I wasn't 100% sure if I had this right, but I think, yeah, I've double checked now. The prize money for this event is super interesting to me. 7,500 for all teams that get second, third, and fourth, all the same. 27,500 for first place. So
Yeah.
this is a best of 7 for 20K on LAN in Paris at Paris Games Week. And there's Vitality. Plenty of fans in the audience to see these guys.
I mean, granted, I'm sure they had their like
champions, the
travel
best team
and
in the
stuff
world.
covered, right? But
And
still,
yeah,
though,
Matira's taking a close
it's
look
a
at them
big
across the
prize for
stage now.
one game.
He's got one thing on his mind, and that's beating Vitality, beating Zen, and
Zen just always looks so. I mean, I know he is young, but like he's so
They do
young.
get themselves behind the wheels.
Like he's a
Get
young
themselves ready to jump
16.
into
You know what I
grand
mean?
Finals, as we already mentioned a few times. Best of 7.
Kid's
both people
so
have access to
gifted, though.
One time out.
Matira's still looking across the stage.
He's
He
not
has
taking his eyes
broken
off.
contact. He's just staring across the stage. He wants to get their attention. Get inside their heads early. I think that has got to be the key. We say it every time anybody plays Vitality. You need to get in the series early. If you just fall behind,
Bro,
it's over.
I said it earlier.
Nobody beats
They're
this team.
sharks
Never
in the
mind
water,
comes back
bro.
from behind to beat
Once
this
they
team.
smell
You have
blood
to
in the
get in
water, it's
series
a
early.
wrap.
And that's what Vatira, Rise, and Nolly are going to want. That's what KC are going to want to do. That's what Ferra is going to want to do against his old team as well.
There's an awful lot of rivalries happening on the field on this one. Ferra, who made the move across to KC after winning the championship with Team Vitality. Looking to try and add even more to his legacy. Very peak, he's looking for his first.
Yeah, this is a massive match for the coaches, just as much as the players and the organizations. Oh no, don't leave him hanging. Nolly, no! Oh, that's a
He's gone
disaster.
again. There we go.
Come on,
To
Ferra.
the other side, Ferra! You had one, actually he's got lots
Throw
of
him some
lots
dab,
of shots,
dog.
but you had one job there. We're into game 1. Let's see who's going to come out on South Barley.
We're getting a listening right off the rip.
Rise, good demo from him. Zen,
I mean, I'll
gonna
take
try
a
and set
listen
him
in.
up early. We've seen from every single series from Vitality recently.
Feel the
They just
passion.
get stronger and stronger as we go through. For KC, these opening 2 games are so crucial. They need to grab at least one.
Yep.
And both would obviously be fantastic. Let's put that pressure on early. Here comes Vatira. The teamwork that him and Nolly have had throughout this event has been very surprising. Not many are expecting a pickup team to be quite that level when it comes to chemistry. They need to rely on it again this time. Vatira,
Vatira, second
looks
touch.
for the shot, and that's not on target.
Yeah, early warning sign though for Vitality. KC are here to play. They're not going to sit back in net and wait for Vitality
Yeah,
to
KC's
overextend.
pushing the
They
pace
are
on
sending it
Vitality.
with
I
these
like it.
challenges in game 1.
They've already got a player on the opposite side. Zen faked out. Nolly wasn't going to fall for it. His beats the ball all the way back, and there was a bump on the goalkeeper. Nolly's on low boost, so his retreat is going to be a little bit delayed. There's nobody around, actually. Nolly takes on Reducing on the challenge. Keep playing after the fact. He's got Rise and support, but that's well intercepted.
Yeah, big time interception there for Alpha 54. It was going to be a 2v1.
Luckily, he's
if
just
that
going to
did not
spawn
come
right
out
there.
With an early cut on the rotation. Doesn't actually double commits, but lands on the ball. Like we keep mentioning, Ferra, the former coach of Vitality, he'll know what this team is up to recently better than anyone. He's got the strats, and I think, you know, Ferra, if he was paying attention to the semi-final against Moist, will have been taking notes about what kickoffs Moist did, what that worked against Vitality, namely dead ball close cheat. That is something that KC could utilize if Vitality go for the same strats that they did in the semi-final just an hour
Being a
ago.
nuisance in the corner.
We are already up on
Vatira?
backflipped.
Nice.
Knew that he was beat, and Vatira confirms it.
And the blue wall rises. Zen out of position there in a very
They're
awkward
pushing the
area at edge
pace,
of the
man.
box, in the middle
They
of the box,
actually
sorry.
might be playing a little
made
fast
it
to
quite
make
precise to
Vitality
take off
uncomfortable.
and
We were
beat Vatira to the
just
ball
saying
there.
that's
Couldn't
something
do
you
it.
can't really do.
And Vatira
That's crazy.
slots an easy finish. It's going to be more KC possession.
Can they
but
keep
Vatira
that
didn't do the
pace,
best
though, is
first
the real
touch there,
question,
gets away
right?
From him. Nolly again looking to intercept early. The full aggression.
We said it, man. You can do it for a couple games, but can you do it over a best of 7?
Zen the reset there. He's actually got the goal. Oh my goodness, Zen.
Damn.
With a huge play. Flip reset challenge. And then the open net as well before Nolly could even realize that Zen had a flip.
I think Nolly's just completely misread what that play was.
And he didn't know
there wasn't much power, but
he didn't realize Zen landed on the ball. He couldn't see from where he was.
And he did cut inwards, so that completely took away the momentum. So 1 each, half the game now gone. Both teams, maybe not at their very best to start this one off. Who can settle down first? Vatira, early challenge, couldn't find the second touch. Here comes Zen yet again. Oh, he's got past one. Nolly has to go through the challenge. In comes Alpha. Not going to get the second one to be on target. It's the one thing that KC need to make sure of. Vitality had moisture.
Still keeping the ball forward.
The field, but KC are doing a better job of seemingly escaping those situations.
And as players like Vatira are so valuable in those positions. If you need somebody to get the ball out of defense,
2 minutes left here.
Multiple players.
Alpha looking for Radosin.
Oh, a save as well from Radosin's fast shots in the near post. Vatira continuing on with more counter-attacking ideas. Vitality do seem to have stabilized here. They're starting to eke out small advantages here and there. This is where KC need to be the most careful.
The backboard.
All right, now they've been able to get down into Vitality's third. This is where they've been able to keep getting them pinched back. They're always worried when they're still in that middle third, though. You can see they don't want to overcommit because they know how quickly Vitality can strike.
The midfield. KC have not had the time to really put as much together, although if that was on target, actually, Alpha might have been static enough to get the bump on. Zen controls, reset. Vatira again stops him. Off the backboard, Nolly's missed it.
Actually, did he get the touch to the back?
I think Nolly actually got the touch to it.
I think Radosin's touch was going wide regardless, but so important for KC to keep the ball away from shooting angles.
Now Rise looking to get rid of it. Vitality have looked like the better squad over the last minute, but now they've been beat outright. Radosin has to get context, and he's done so. Now Vatira with Rise in field.
Vatira keeps down that side.
Over. Both teams doing a great job.
Rise, second touch, nice.
Well, all three are in one spot. And, well, maybe not quite so much anymore. All the demos coming through.
2v2.
Brilliant reset there from Rise. Gets the challenge. Always 1 for 2 when he's in the play. Double commit, double the power. Game is in the balance here in game 1.
Nice pass over to Vatira.
Vatira has to pre-flip those to collect it. Corner pinch goes middle. Let's go for height on that one, not just shoot directly, as there were 2 defenders back for Vitality.
Just struggling to almost surprise the other one. The level's so high that teams are kind of just predicting, all right, you're going to do this, it's going to be great, and I'm going to be there for it.
Overtime.
So 1-1. Overtime looming. Maybe one final opportunity. Not
what better
happen.
way to start off the
Overtime
series,
in our first
baby?
game of the grand finals.
What better way to start off the series and go in overtime? I love it.
Almost bunny hopping his way. I think he messed up his flip there or something. Regardless, Vitality do come away with the first attack, albeit a pretty short-lived one. This is all to build the boost advantage. Now here comes a bigger shot, saved by Vatira. Rise quickly follows up. He doesn't need to panic here, though. Vitality have backed off a little bit more than they usually do. If KC notice that, they'll be able to take more time with their touches in positions like this. Instead, Vatira tries to send it high for Rise to chase. Rise nearly with a double tap, instead misses, but it's Vatira. Strong save by the joint.
Vatira now on the way back, can't afford to get hit. Does get there in time before Zen could get to him. Now cut across. Oh, everyone's missed it. Stay at 1 each. Zen had to buy time.
Oh, Radosin definitely had a chance at that one, but I think his approach was impeded. It wasn't quite as clear to get the shots off past all of the buddies in the box. And in the chaos, it's somehow gone right across the front of the KC goal line.
Boost, though, is so low.
Yeah, they're in a lot of trouble here. This is what Vitality have done to Moist earlier on in the day. They've just starved them of boost. Rise has 1 small pad, now 100 to go off. Nolly as well. That's huge for KC.
Zero is beat so quickly.
Nice save by Nolly.
Time for them to work with on this
Up
one.
to Vatira.
Takes control, backboard.
Vatira's second touchdown.
Back down, but nobody's got the boost to join him. So 90 seconds this overtime. Is that it? Oh, it's a goal! 1-0. Vitality take it.
Oh my goodness, Vitality will be quite happy with how that went. I believe Alpha forced that own goal. It looks like he's intentionally hit the ball into Rise's car there to bounce it into the net. Probably not a shooting angle Alpha was able to create by himself with the direction the ball was rolling. But wow, very chaotic there. And yeah, timeout as well for Nolly. His headset's off and he doesn't look too happy about something here. Not sure what exactly the issue is. All smiles for Vitality, who probably are still in a bit of shock about how they didn't score earlier with another Radosin moment as the ball rolls across the KC goal line.
Yeah, that will be one that they feel should have been over a couple of seconds earlier. Yeah, whatever that is, they are not too pleased about it. And Ferra realized that his team were a step behind as that match went onwards. All right, headset back on.
They're gonna run it back.
Ready to go in just over 1 minute's time. KC, I mean, this is what we see all the time.
They're gonna run it back.
Impressive that one team can do, and yet when you come against a team that is maybe faster than you, it disappears. Like the passing plays do not exist right now for KC.
Wait, KC fans are celebrating here. What on earth's going on? Why are KC fans celebrating? Oh, this is interesting.
Are we okay?
They're running it back.
I'm just gonna sit up real quick.
He said reviewed, and I'm guessing
like
he got disconnected.
The, secondary English language broadcast for this, so we're just waiting to hear what exactly is happening here. But okay, suddenly, where are the smiles that were on the Vitality players' faces moments ago? They're not smiling anymore. They're leaning forward, getting locked in.
I'm seeing people say VAR. Please, let's not go to VAR.
KC fans celebrated, and Vitality fans on their seats.
Maybe it was the French version of let's pretend we scored a goal.
Well, that's something we need in the Rocket League scene. But if I were to guess, and this is, I'm reading the chat from you guys, but I mean, obviously, looking at what's happening, you'd assume that there's been a goal taken away with Nolly removing his headset. Clearly not happy about something. But we'll find out momentarily. The negotiation has
the game crashed or something. There's only 2 people in.
I'm so curious. We are actually finding out as we are. Where are we off to? Okay.
Okay, it is. So it's 1-1, which means the goal's gone. Now they just have to pause it and remove the time.
I think they tried to pause it, and the button didn't quite agree.
It happens. You know it happens. Like you've got to pause, remove the time, reset from kickoff, unpause. You guys have been viewers of my channel before. You guys see this because we don't hide it with the lovely production quality that we have here. But yeah, I think there must have been a headset issue there for Nolly. If he's taking the headset off to talk, I'm guessing that there was some problem with his headset, and that is valid for reverting a goal. If you can't communicate and you flag an admin. Like you can see that there's one admin standing behind both teams on stage at all times. If a player lets one of those admin know at any time during the game that there's an issue, and that issue happens before a goal, and the player who had the issue would have been influential in preventing said goal, then that's a totally valid
Got to do the same
thing that can
as
happen.
we were saying. Moist defense needs to stop flailing. Like the headset, this is not working.
Yeah. So we're no doubt going to get that back very shortly at 1-1. It would seem the scoreline was already set to 1-1, so I imagine they'd just have to run the time down, which you can luckily do with admin, but we do have to wait 5 minutes. I hope.
If we do, this would be.
If we do, somebody please tell him that you can just remove that time.
That's what we used to have to do in the early tournaments, wasn't it? It was like, all right, we're gonna wait all the way until the moment that we had the pause, and we're gonna jump into it. I'll tell you what. Early,
somebody's gonna be zooming in on that.
What's all about?
Yeah, what Ferra's got. He's got to be careful. He keeps showing
didn't seem like there was much on that, to be honest.
He doesn't need much to beat Vitality. He's thinking
like
it's a
7
simple,
words?
boys. Just a couple of bullet points is all we need. But whatever he's written on there, you better be careful. Somebody's going to.
All right, here we go.
Everything's going to be exposed for KC. But that's the confirmation. 1-1. We remain in game 1.
So now KC score within 10 seconds for absolute controversy.
Yeah, we've got to be careful. We better get some security to the Vitality and KC fans. They're sitting right next to each other. This could be interesting.
We didn't dare at the RLCS finals. Here we are in take 2 of this overtime and take 2 of game 1, and that's a very open goal if they can get there in time. Nolly, plenty of headset calls that he's managed to get there for the ball. Now the midfield pass, and actually an opportunity, but the shot left a lot to be desired.
Imagine.
Couldn't get much on that one. He was running a bit low on boost, but you'd expect the shot to be quick. The only idea with shooting slowly there, if it was his intention, is to make the save more awkward, make the clear more awkward. So when you shoot the ball quickly at an opponent, they can use that momentum against you.
Take two.
This time Vatira's going to slow it down on his approach. Rise following behind him. KC playing quite a linear attack here, following up on each other's touches. A lot more than they did earlier on, where they were spreading out left and right and moving the ball laterally.
Zen now off the back, but I just keep hearing demos in the background.
Right.
Very physical game off the ball. Nolly, that's a fantastic touch to get it past him.
Frustrations all the way around.
It's one that Zen wins quite handily. He's getting past everybody. Rise couldn't
Rise.
jump. Now Rise is up against it.
Oh!
He's done so well to keep that out.
That's unreal. Rise
Nice.
just watched the bump fly past him and then makes the save while keeping the ball in the back corner.
And that's gonna be a big
denying the
clear.
follow-up
Well
shot from the
done.
third Vitality player. That is a true defensive 1v3.
Hold on.
Nolly,
Hold on.
Infield, I've seen the defensive infield for the first time in a long time. Now a demo as well. Rise, midfield.
Oh, Vatira!
Oh, wow.
And this time it is KC with the winning goal. What a switch up.
And
What a
suddenly,
turnaround.
Johnny, I changed my response to earlier. Man, am I happy to be in this studio.
Well, Vitality don't like too
Man.
happy about that. They'll feel like they've had a game stolen away from them. And
Imagine, bro.
14 for Alpha 14, Alpha 54, Alpha 14 from now. Now, obviously, those are the stats from the reset, not for the entire game, of course. Yeah, we are just hearing that there was a timeout called before the overtime there. So the reason for the reset was because the timeout came in before the goal.
And then they had to play the overtime. Okay.
Yeah, and then they played the overtime as if it was a fresh timeout.
It's usually easier when we're in the lobby as well, but we do not have that luxury this time around. We can usually predict it a little bit.
But it's always a tricky one. I mean, to call a timeout during a game, or rather not to call a timeout, but to call a pause for technical issues. You do want to keep playing when that's happening because if you're having technical issues and you can win from that position. We should
change the phrasing a little bit because we said timeout, pause. A pause.
Yeah, it was a pause,
not a timeout.
Yeah, no, I believe KC still have their timeout.
For those of you getting specific.
Yeah, it looks like there was a PC freeze in KC's side as well. We're hearing, so that definitely makes sense.
Had nothing to do with the headset. We were very adamant on the headset. It was nothing to do with the headset.
Yeah, usually headset off implies audio issues, but that's of course we are just trying to guess as much as you guys are. But we don't need to guess about what's happening here. This is going to be a big test. It's about how are Vitality going to respond to what's just happened. They thought they had a win. They didn't. The win was taken back, and now they've lost game one. So,
Zen, oh my goodness, how's he done that?
That's a ridiculous stand. He just stopped the attack dead. This is kind of what we expect to see. Will Vitality fight back, now be even more enraged by what's just happened?
So we've got a whole field of players that are very angry at each other for different reasons. All everybody wants is to go and get the win, and then Rice actually taking Nolly off the play. That now leaves Vatira last one back. Guess what? Vatira maybe doesn't want to be in those positions too much. He does ever so well. He's going to have to do well again. He's got so many cars swarming him. And like Rise earlier, he's managed to keep it out.
And it's been just defensive masterclasses by all these players. Rise last game, and now Zen and Vatira in game two, both standing up in the face of two adversaries, even three at times. And controlling the situation is the key.
I thought I had more time.
Slapping the ball away at the first chance. No, controlling the ball when you're in a 1v2, a 1v3. It's so difficult to do. Vatira is definitely one of the best in the world at it.
There's a lot of mistakes here from KC. They've had like 3 or 4 chances to get rid of the ball, and they have missed the clear. One of the easiest things to do for these kind of players.
I do wonder if they're having problems with boost, because even now they're still just struggling to find big boost pads. Vitality are doing what they do to everyone. And, KC are scrambling, trying to buy some time. Makes me think that the comms right now are just filled with everybody saying, I'm out of boost, me too, also me 3. I'm all still out of boost, they're stealing my boost, this is cringe.
This is cringe.
We have to listen back later and hear exactly what they're talking about in these moments.
That's on target, Vatira.
Oh, wow.
Just
Good
about
save.
got, not just about got there, he fully controlled it. Now he's obviously inside the
Come on,
field.
Vatira.
He wants to outplay everyone. That's not going to happen for him. That bounce is not what Casey wanted to see, though. And they have been... Oh, what a shot!
Nice shot!
Oh, that's Radosin right there!
Huge read as well by Radosin. He took this one so early. He was off the wall before Rise made his clear, and he slammed it into the net. Absolutely no doubt about that goal. 1-0 Vitality.
With authority. Radosin puts Vitality up. Over to the wall. It's going to be a good chance here for Rise to get involved in the play. Takes control of it.
At least pushes it forward a little bit.
Give Rise a moment
Zen
of
gets it
pause
offside wall,
before he
though.
Tries to go for the outplays, because if he's going to go for it too often, Radosin will happily go and meet him at the point of contact. Zero calls for it, and he's actually got it over the top of Zen, so Alpha will be the last one back.
Nice pass. Left
Oh,
off for
he's
Nolly.
Puts it
Oh,
offside.
the response
Rise of
so
the mind
quick,
games.
baby.
He faked it out in defense to give Vatira a clear, and now he fakes in offense as well to give Nolly a shot. Rise did not touch the ball from one end of the pitch to the other, but he has got Vitality scratching their heads at what's happening.
And that's probably the first time we've seen Casey utilize the same offense that we saw previously, but now Vatira up against Zen in defense. Vatira holds strong, might need him a second time. In comes the reinforcements. Rise and Nolly are both gone. And Radosin leaves it for Zen. He's happy to take a second shot at this. Up against Nolly, drops down, in goes Alpha.
Nice shot. Oh, what a save.
By Rise. Now Vatira's air dribbling out of defense again. Plays it safe for the 50, and it's a massive 50 for him. He's still got control.
Vatira over. Oh, Zen with the save.
That's unbelievable.
The goalkeeping level in this lobby is otherworldly. Good luck getting anything through unless the goal is completely open.
I mean, that flick by Vatira looked perfect. He waited late, closed the gap, and then ripped it, but Zen somehow controlled it off a crossbar pinch. We're into the final 90 seconds of the game. Radosin's threatening a double. It's cut off by Vatira. Vitality still seeing more pressure, more territory in the matchup. But their double taps are being denied. Vatira.
Oh, the
almost hit it into Rise. That would have been the second time. Well, one of them doesn't really count, but Rise got very lucky to not see that go off his card. Now that's back down. Zen, one more chance. That's not as dangerous as he wanted it to be. But we keep eyes on the KC boost totals. Can they stave off one more round of offense? For now, the answer is yes.
Yeah, they're holding on here. They're just surviving, but they need to make good contact.
Vatira buys a little bit of space.
Great demo off the ball there. And
Rise gets one as well. That gets him the clear that they need.
They connect
Nice.
the pass to get the ball clear. The pressure from Vitality, the demos have just been ridiculous, and somehow KC have survived. I think, Vatira did a good job, even though Zen had a clear shot at goal moments ago. Vatira did force the shot to be perfect, which for once from Zen, it wasn't. And that was great from Vatira to just be relevant, stay alive, dodge the demo, be as big as possible in net, and make the shot as hard as he can for his opponent.
Nice fake out from Rise.
Nice.
Up next, good fake challenge. Force Rise
Alpha
to
gets the
link.
big boost, though.
It's across the midfield. In goes Vatira. Pops the ball upwards, but that's very well.
We go into overtime for game 2.
He's going to take the shot. Are we going to yet another overtime? Zen would say no, and he wasn't
Oh.
Well, that would have been a deserving winner, but it's not to be.
Hold
Here
it.
come Karmine Corp. No, Zen intercepts
Hold
early.
it.
He's got a lot of boost.
Zen.
Given the position,
Zen.
but he hits the bar
Oh,
with a tight angle
brother.
shot. Zen comes close twice in the closing seconds.
Overtime 2.5 underway. Rise is going to have very little boost to work with. Just kind of in a default position for KC. Nolly passes it off to Rise. Backboard. That was so quickly read by Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha will be glad to see that Rise did not have any intention of return passing that with the boost he had available to him. But Vatira's actually cut Nolly out the play there. Nolly wanted to join in the attack. Vatira just reflex, cut that clear off from Vitality. Rise with some space, reset. He actually jumped off the ball by mistake. Now Vatira's flipped past the ball by mistake. Big 50 by Alpha. Who's getting there first? It's Rise.
Again, KC, I don't get what's going on with these because it is just outright misses off the ball on occasion.
It's a panicky situations. It's, I think, just the constant pressure from Vitality. Vitality are so quick to intercept that KC know anything other than the fastest pace is going to get beaten to the ball. And in an attempt to be quick, they're sometimes getting worse touches and less ideal landings.
At least gets to the other side. Relieves some of the pressure. Now he gets control here on the corner.
Even at this level.
Not for long, though.
Think of this right now is KC, despite being the team very much against it in this game, are a goal away from 2-0 in this series. giving Vitality their biggest threat to their streak. Up to this point, Redosin seems to surprise so many of just how good those mechanics are, but here comes Zen. There
Always
will be
gotta be
no
worried when
surprise.
Zen's in the air. Big job by
It's
Rise there with the stuff.
Patience there from Vatira, trusting his teammates Cuttle.
They can't get the clear though.
Covered is accurate. Allowed him to follow up and clear the ball.
Alpha's gonna get a second touch on that?
Though he's gonna
drops it off for who?
For this is blocked. High shot blocked by KC. That was a tough one to read, but read it and stop it they did.
Nolly off the wall. Nolly's missed the ball.
It's a big miss.
Sierra had to
You
go
gotta get
early.
this. God, you gotta get this cleared.
Alpha's gonna leave that for Zen. How much longer can KC hold on here? They're gonna have some time.
Nolly
That's
gets
their
us
best
up.
chance to clear it, and that's as good as they can do.
Vitality have played long overtimes plenty times, and they know how to play the balance between consistently threatening their opponents and avoiding overextensions. These heavy clears by Vitality.
Okay,
give them
Vatira.
so much space to work with.
Okay, hold on.
Consistency.
Oh my goodness.
Let him
Hard
cook.
Clears. Really is one of the underrated aspects of their game. Great back pass there by Rise. Nolly's got a bit of space to work with here. Not much though as Alpha closes the distance. He finds Zen in the middle, but Vatira intercepts. Zen did not get the read right that time. Rise looking for Redosin. He gets him.
Oh,
and it's another win for Karmine Corp.
damn.
Redosin
Yo,
left
for real
all
though.
by himself, and Redosin stood no chance.
And
In a
KC
game
wins
that was
again.
90%
Karmine
Vitality,
Corp up
the
2-0.
10% is what made the difference.
Vitality gotta take a timeout?
I mean, some of these
Probably,
saves
right?
by Karmine Corp are just ridiculous. We knew Vatira had this in his pocket.
How you doing,
that
Terry?
Was always something he was so good at back in the
Team
day. When
Mark?
he played with Team Queso and Moist. It was only when he initially joined Karmine Corp that he became more of an attacking player.
I think Vatira did a fair whack
Yeah,
in this
he's
game.
got 6 saves in that game. Is not a bad shift by Vatira, but Rise as well with some crazy defensive plays.
Rise
And
1v2.
yeah, the passing out of defense as well. I'm loving the KC defense. This is something that we really did not expect with
I
the
don't
roster.
think they are. I think that they're happy that they've kept the goal out, but if defense was the last thing that they were displaying, they'd be a lot happier.
Oh, look at the body language here from Redosin, kind of like the questioning body language there. It's kind of shrugging as he asks across to his teammates, you know, you gotta wonder what are they talking about, what they should be doing differently, what they think KC
Was
are
Ferra
doing
the
to work
difference
against them.
maker over
Whatever
with
it is, this
Vitality?
is a
Stay
unique situation
tuned.
for Vitality in a pure 3v3 tournament, and the way that they've got here really does amplify the stress levels.
Karmine Corp playing with the stand-in, able to take down the champs,
That's
imagine.
stressful, even for a team like Vitality, albeit completely fair and within KC's right to call. And to then go on and lose 2 overtimes. These are close games, but they're not going Vitality's way. They start to think, maybe our aura of invincibility is slipping away.
And the difficult part here is, what do you even change? You are dominating on the field at this moment. You have had if you were to ask Vitality, how do you want this game to look? They would say, yeah, something like that really would probably be that with some goals.
I've been
You know,
seeing
it's
everybody
even
up
worse.
playing
It's looking across
Fortnite,
the
dropping
Ferra,
in like old times.
That
It was
guy,
funny.
man.
Hell yeah.
If one person's going to come out of this looking like an absolute genius, it's Ferra, the only man on the KC side with his hands on an iPad instead of a controller. And the fact that Vitality went flawless with him, and now
I
their
need
first
to
event
one
without
day,
him
but I just
are
can't
struggling
today.
against
I can't
the man
this
himself
weekend.
and his new team. I mean, it is just ridiculous to think about. Okay, Vitality, they've got some time to think about this and really just to settle the nerves. I completely agree with you. They don't need to really change the game plan. The only thing that I would want to see from them is a little bit more maybe support for the third man. Redosin got caught there completely alone, and that's not his fault. That is Zen and Alpha.
I think they just
extending
assumed
at the
that
same
they were
time.
going to win the midfield challenge.
You know, if Alpha is centering the ball, using all of his boosts to do so, and not recovering quickly, and then Zen is jumping, thinking that he's going to get a read, which he doesn't, they're both out of the game. Redosin's in a 1v2. That's not ideal. Now, does Zen miss many reads? No. Does Alpha take long to get back into the rotation often? No, not really.
Let's see
But
how
did
my
it happen
back's
there?
feeling when I
Yes,
wake
it
up
did.
Monday and
That goal was their fault.
consider
They
going to the
overextended.
gym.
And, you know, if they're talking
I
about
miss
anything
it, but
here
I'm
that
still
they
at the
can
point where
improve
I'm
on,
like
it would be that.
extremely
It would be,
sore
let's
waking
not
up in the morning.
overextend. We don't need to force the
I
issue.
think
like
maybe
we
if I
did
just-
there. We can just bide our time. We are winning the midfield battle.
Adjust for that with my
Fist bumps,
workout,
fist
so to
bumps.
speak.
Ready to go. Game 3. And I can't believe the sentence I'm about to say here, Johnny. Must win for Vitality.
It really is. It really is must win for Vitality for their own mentality going into the rest of the series. They lose this, then yeah, you're up against some real
match point
demons on LAN with quadruple match point as well. You've got Nolly recently kicked variation. You've got Rise and you've got Vatira. I mean, this is one of the scariest LAN teams on paper. And Vitality, the unbeaten 3v3 streak on the line. 10 ceiling double. Couldn't get the reset afterwards. This is where Vitality have done their best work in this final third.
See, the diet's where I always fall short.
I really do think
which is what really helps make the 6-pack. I'm cool with just being tone. You know what I mean? I enjoy my cheats too much.
Tira's missed it. Oh, huge chance. There's nobody back right.
Nice save.
Once again, it's another goal line save for KC. They keep pulling these out the bag.
Bro, they've come up with some big saves this series so far.
The demos are threatening for Vitality. Or double by Rise here. Does he have a flip? Not yet.
Well, Rise is going to have it actually with a straight shot from the double. Tira, ceiling. He has boost actually to work with. Didn't have the reset, but Rise moves on it. Probably the most KC I've actually seen of the orange side of the field in quite some time. Obviously has the reset, but actually that's one of the easiest catches for Rise, and Rise has messed that up a little bit.
Yeah, takeoff gone wrong there for Rise. He had to just salvage it after he flew sideways instead of forwards.
Very unusual for Rise to mess up in those kind of positions.
He had the backup plan, which, you know, got the situation back to level, if not slightly KC favored.
Oh, that's a wide open net.
Has got an opening, and Vitality do lead in a crucial game 3.
Nolly got a little bit too excited to a chance to keep that play going, and once Vatira was absolutely destroyed on the challenge, it was left completely open for Vitality. Huge goal for them, and now KC, the team that's been forced to defend so much, have got to find a goal.
Well, Redoson's give them an opening here. It's Vatira to Rise, double tap off the bar. Where's Nolly? Not fast enough.
Not for the first time, actually. Vitality have had a bit of a habit today of scoring one goal and then conceding an opportunity straight from the kickoff.
Yeah, it's like I said, that one aspect of the game. If there's one thing that a coach will be able to bring against you in the future, well, your former coach, is kickoff strategy.
Oh, no,
so
no, 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 no.
Cool shot.
All right, they'll be able to back that.
Vitality is. KC tried to run ahead with demos again.
Catch here from Nolly. He's got Vatira midfield.
Oh, big
so
demo.
Vatira,
Oh!
Vatira's too strong.
Damn.
Once again, Redosin the last man against Vatira, and once again, he can't stop him.
And he
Redosin
caught it on the hood off the
reacting
demo,
to Vatira's
too.
move. Vatira just went straight through him.
God.
50-50, and a tie game. KC, once again, applying that pressure.
Have you noticed now, KC do not go for the outplays in those positions anymore. They've realized Vitality are 9 times out of 10 going to get the save. So the last 2 have come from challenges. Understand that that might be a bit easier to win. Zen has pre-jumped that quite some time ago. And he's got the shot on target. It's only to Rise. Vatira calls him off.
So safe again. Look how he sets up a fake with the 50-50 behind it. I mean, Vatira recently putting time into 1v1 has just elevated his game in the 50-50 department so much. Where's the shot? Oh, no, it is here. Alpha is the opening.
Okay.
That came out of really not much of the near post here. Redosin
just able to do enough to keep the ball going forward. Oh.
And his follow through, which sets up Alpha 54. Vitality back in front. But like you mentioned, they've not really been getting many kickoff possessions here. So let's see if they can do something with this one.
Oh, delayed challenge or delayed kickoff there from Rise. Doesn't quite work for his team. Nolly off the wall. Still Nolly on the wall. Just kind of wasted it. I think he wanted to hook that one in field. That's clear actually from Redosin. Double commit. Nolly's still probably rotating back in off the demo. He's quite full forward actually. So now he's got back.
Nice shot.
That was incredible by Alpha.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, good luck reading this one. Nolly.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be sitting there watching Zen, right?
Before you can even think about what to do with Zen in that position.
So this is at the Paris Games Expo.
To the left, so Vitality comfortably in front. It was actually Rise and Vatira who got
so
Nolly
naturally,
in trouble there.
since
they both ended up way in front of the ball.
EU and specifically France has been
KC.
holding it down in RLCS. You get some dope matchups like this. This is the grand finals.
You just pick the most threatening angle, close the door on it with perfect time.
Rise, reset, gained. It's going to go low. Next one up, Nolly. And again, that defense is
Nolly
so strong.
is standing in for Karmine Corp is the
just gonna try and play for
official word.
That's not happening.
Rumors are it's supposed to be a Tao going to be joining them for the third in RLCS, but Nolly's been looking really good with them.
Trying to find a gap here, KC. And I like that they're still
I think Nolly enables Vatira and Rise a lot better than a Tao will.
They're not just going for one touch and then hoping they can get past everybody. They're not going for just a solo play air dribble. No, they're trying to pass, create an angle. They're trying to run ahead and demo to make an opening. These are going to be more difficult things for Vitality to hold on, even with a 2-goal lead against.
Vatira just sees that one go sailing past him.
I wonder if that one went.
Well, he's looked pretty good today.
But either way, Vatira couldn't make contact.
30 seconds left.
They just, you know, unfortunately played Vitality. Nice save.
What has been the game that they needed. Ceiling pinch not going to work out for Vatira. Nothing really seems to be working out for KC in this game. This has been what Vitality have needed. They've been at this level. Now they've got the result to prove it. Karmine Corp, their role has now come to an end.
Or has
maybe.
It? Hold on.
Oh, if they would have been able to shove that in, she could have had some last-second miracles.
Just make sure that
damn.
Yeah, I think
Zen puts a last-second one in as well.
Yeah. Try and demoralize KC if you can.
Facts.
You know, with experienced players like Rise, Vatira, and Nolly across the stage from Vitality at the moment, I don't think that's going to bother them too much. They, you know, they're playing for the win. They don't really care whether it's a 2 or 3-goal loss. But this is huge for Vitality, a comfortable win without really changing too much. They, you know, once again though, they have conceded when it's solo, a 1v1 position, it's a 1v2 position in defense. But when Vitality can avoid leaving a defender isolated like that, they look like the best.
Well, at least lets us know that we're not going to have a sweep, right? I don't think anyone was really concerned about that with Vitality, but stranger things have happened.
A series where Vitality start to well and truly take over. Now, what that looks like when a series has already looked like this up to this point, who knows? But I suppose we can find out very, very shortly. Over on the opposite side for KC, I feel like more than these whiffs need to go. Like, you're already in a bad spot a lot of the time, and if you are just outright missing the ball, you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I really it's interesting to see that because yeah, they're missing the ball, but I do wonder, you know, if the cause for that could be they're just trying to play to their absolute limit, because I'm sure this is, you know, very relatable for all of you guys watching. Usually you're going to miss the ball more if you try and play faster, if you try and play more for more precise touches, getting very, you know, slight glancing blow on the ball. You're more likely to miss than if you just hit it flat bang in the middle. And you know, all of these things that KC are doing, they're risky, but if they can work, Vitality are in big trouble. They're under pressure because KC they're really pushing the limit here. They're trying to bring their A game because they know anything less is not going to work anyway. I think they probably saw Moist in the semi-final, try to play it safe, try not to make any mistakes, and they lost to Vitality 4-2. You know, when you try and just play safe against this team, it's not going to work. They're going to beat you. So you have to really just throw caution to the wind. And with the individual
all right, let's get it.
You know, the apparent team play that this squad is capable of. You know, I hope they continue to take those risks and to see how Vitality will respond.
Into game 4. It's either going to be triple match point or series.
Terry, how did
5 minutes away from finding out which one is which.
Halloween treat the fam?
Rise, oh, has he caught him? No, not quite. Radosin again is jumping so quickly. Now the infield.
Ooh!
I think Vatira
nice start from
win.
KC here, baby.
Well, how about that for placement? It's Nolly to Vatira again, but that is disgusting to pre-flip and lob the ball over Radosin.
Wow.
Good luck, Radosin.
What a pass.
Blistering pace on the shot. And once again, KC connect with the team play, and they make sure they make the most of it without any second chances needed.
Going off the demo, Rise has got a bit of time. Now Nolly towards the backboard. Vatira now going to have his chance. The most offense that we've actually
nice
seen
Rise.
against this team.
Save.
Nolly's got another one. He doesn't have a passing option, which you know he's kind of frustrated by, but now we've got the double commits. The boost totals, it's only on Radosin right now, but they've got some time to figure that out. We see Zen's already reboost, Alpha reboost. That will not be
I was just asking how Halloween was for the fam.
The best spell that KC have had in this series. Need to keep this up now. Cannot afford to get boxed into their side of the field. Vatira
Nice.
Nolly wanted it. Now it's Rise's turn. He's just going to control for now.
Vatira is extremely close to the sidewall double there. No doubt Vitality respected that one when they saw him flying into that position. You just have to with all these top players these days, but especially after Vatira's just pulled off a pre-flip shot to open the scoring 1 minute ago, early on his game. Radosin has been an effective defender in this game, actually, for Vitality, stopping a lot of KC's advances. You know, I'm waiting to see if Zen and Alpha are going to step up.
They got numbers
right
here.
Now for me, Radosin has been their main source of success, and you know, really led the charge in the last game as well. As Vitality has gone back. Again, well stopped by Radosin. He's doing a lot of work here for Vitality.
Yeah, it's one of those roles that Radosin's got at the moment where it's a thankless job a lot of the times. The goal goes in, you're the last one back, you're the one that gets blamed for it. But I can tell you right now, this could be so much worse for Vitality if Radosin was not playing as good as he is. Rise off the reset. Now Nolly goes off the wall. There's a lot of bumps attempted.
Oh my goodness.
Nolly makes it 2-0.
Well, Nolly was in the area.
It was too good.
As he was running ahead here, he turned back to the ball. Nolly faked the demo and Zen. Turned back to the ball and just popped it into the net. That is ridiculous by Nolly to fake a demo. And then when he realizes, actually, nobody's on the ball, I can just take that. To then slice it right over Zen's shoulder. Well played. He's infield pass to Vatira for the first goal. Now scored the second one single-handedly. What a performance. Nolly's stocks have never been higher. Now double tap. Oh, what a save by Vatira. Radosin's double was on target, but Vatira saves it.
Oh, nice.
He almost hit the counterattack.
Y'all have a good turnout of kids this year?
Well, he didn't want to be playing defender as much as he did back on his moist days. But when he does, it is a sight to behold.
Oh, Vatira! Run it up.
Once again. He is just creating everything in this game. Booms in middle, Vatira's there, full faith in Nolly's passing, and why wouldn't you believe at this point? KC are destroying the best team in the world. They're destroying the world champions, and that unofficial world champion title might be about to change hands.
It will stay in France at this rate.
It will actually retire if Nolly truly is a stand-in. Oh, not yet though. Radosin fires back. We've got to stop talking too soon about Vitality's imminent demise. Radosin is still playing very well right now, and if Zen can level up, if Alpha starts looking like Alpha again, it's far from over.
It's just a very different game at the moment.
Say there's still time. 2 minutes left. I mean, it's plenty of time for Team Vitality, right? Like,
it's a team that managed to match them. Now Zen over the
hold on. Let him cook.
He gets there in time. What a mistake there from Alpha as well. Breathing room. Rise over the top. Alpha's actually been a little bit too easy to read in the last few games for KC. They've got them first. Zen, happy to see that ball was so close to him.
Karmine Corp have got Vitality in a very awkward position right here. They should just try and keep it like this for as long as possible. There's no need to go for any half chances. Clock is playing for them right now. Yeah, smart play just to boom the ball and rotate. They're just boxing Vitality, and this is what Vitality do to everyone else. Now, KC are giving them a taste of their own medicine. You know, Vatira could have air dribbled that, but he's thinking, why bother when I can just boom the ball at my opponents, force them to waste boost, saving it, and then rotate back into midfield, and then continue again.
See, we had a really decent like weather day for trick-or-treating.
To break down KC,
and then it started getting cold.
Yeah, we're seeing what they can do when the scores are tied. Now they've got that 2-goal lead in a minute to hold on to it. Radosin again tried. Backboard. Radosin now.
Nice touch.
Tate's back. Zen actually might get a demo. He had to get rid of 2 though, as they were double committing. Time really running out.
Vitality about to go down 3-1 here, huh?
All in on getting the goal. So the last thing they wanted to see was 3 blue cars all crowded around it. Vitality, oh, they're just going to wait. Vatira took the longest path he possibly could, and don't expect Rise to do anything else.
Yeah, just time wasting here, Rise. He's not even air dribbling on target. He's just air dribbling the ball away from Vitality. Vatira will do the same thing. 4 pitches on here, misses it. But the time is gone. Vitality have not been able to create any chances. Can Zen produce something? No, he's blocked off by Rise. Has to be Radosin. to Zen. While he tries to bump the defender, he clears the ball by mistake. That's game over. Karmine Corp have triple match points.
And they've done it in style.
See, it was like the warmest it's been here in a hot minute on like trick-or-treating night.
That one, they seemed like the only ones that were capable of winning that game. And now unfamiliar territory for Vitality.
Usually it's pretty chilly for us.
They're not even winning.
Yeah, the smiles are gone. I mean, in the semifinal, they were all smiles, all laughs. They were comfortable. In the game one, when they thought they'd won it, it was all smiles. They, just looked like that same vibe. But now, in their home country, in front of a crowd full of mostly French fans, they're losing. So, I mean, this has to be pretty embarrassing for them. They're the team to beat. They're losing to KC, their biggest rivals. And Zen's losing to his personal biggest rival, Vatira, and they're losing in their own back garden.
For Rise, it's an opportunity to right the wrongs of that World Championship Grand Final where he was on a BDS team that never even got started. Now, they've got 3 chances to take not just the Flip and Spin Championship, but to end the invincible aura of Team Vitality. 3 regionals, 1 major, 1 World Championship. Does that end within the next 15 minutes?
By saying the RLCS.
We're back? We back. All right. We're back.
You can see by their faces, they're not enjoying this right now. They don't want to lose this. They're absolutely, locked in for the win, but having difficulty that they've never encountered before. That's just wide open for Nolly.
Wow.
No, it's safe. Oh, it's gone in. It looked like it was going to be a post-pinch save, but the ball went upwards. And the KC fans rejoice. Nolly scores in 18 seconds.
Yeah, you can tell Nolly fully believed that was happening as well because he had the choice to slow it down. He just believed he was going to get there first.
I mean, Vitality have not looked themselves for the second half of the last game, and now their defense is completely gone. Like that impenetrable wall that usually moves up and down the field, depending where Vitality decide they want to put it. It is just a shambles right now.
Rise tried for the Ogo hit on for him, but him and the rest of the KC are the team to beat right now. Got that 1-goal lead. That's going to ask a little bit of Nolly. Answers the question well on the reset, decides to take it low. Do KC immediately start? Oh, they've already got a chance!
Vatira! This is filthy!
It's actually happening, Shogun. Rise with the pinch into the middle. It goes over Radosin, and Vatira slots it underneath the pre-jump as well. He's in their heads. Ferra
he put it right where he left. That's so tough.
Rivals. Vitality have got 4 minutes to work with and 2 goals to find.
And they've got a team against them right now that have proven so difficult to score against. Getting 1 against them has been hard, let alone getting 3. Which is how many they need to win this. Nolly pre-jumped that so early, and he's still on the ball. Zen, opportunity. Radosin support. Doesn't get the ball to him.
Great cut as well there by Nolly, just to make sure that there's no danger in the middle. The activity from KC while they're rotating has been world class. Whenever you see these players getting back into position, they're bumping, they're stealing boosts, they're even making plays on the ball and challenging Vitality attackers on occasion. This really is, a true team in every sense of the word, not just in offense, but they've played for each other in defense, they've played for each other in the midfield.
Damn, second touch nice.
And if this is the last time we see Nolly combined with Rise and Vatira, I will be very sad because
that would be a true what could be sort of roster.
Another Rise Vatira plus 1 what if.
I mean, up for it.
With Nolly though, it's a different beast, bro.
Spin title. For different
IMO.
roster, that's always the most impressive thing. It's always one thing.
At least for now, right?
Like success with a roster. Suddenly that team splits up and we don't hear as much from you. But from what he has tried to do, and oh my goodness, they are getting everything. Here comes Nolly again.
They're toying with it. They're actually toying with the world champions right now. They're just they're playing.
Hold on.
For the passing plays, they're playing for possession. This must be so frustrating for Vitality, who are used to teams respecting them, used to teams playing so cautiously around them. KC just came into this match and threw caution to the wind. They pushed themselves.
This new
to the
KC
limit,
roster's nasty.
And it turns out that limit is not something Vitality can easily handle.
That's good, though.
The delay. Rise actually sees a chance for another goal.
That'll also, though,
Everything at the moment
light a flame
is
underneath
a massive win for KC.
Zen's ass, which
they hit the ball away. I mean, we see
I don't
where
know
the
if people
KC
might
goal is. Oh, they've got another!
not
Oh
like the
my
results of
goodness.
that, you know?
Up for the stand in.
Nolly dispossesses Zen and then gets to work. Little pop and a shot to follow. It's 3-0. And Vitality look completely lost. They've got a minute and 51 seconds to fix this. I mean, the perspective this gives to the KC BDS series is also kind of crazy to think about. Vatira's even going to deny
Watch,
that
and then they announced Tuesday that they sign a toe.
They're going to have an opportunity here, but
Oh,
Tira is
shit.
unchallenged. He's also no longer got the card to work with. 90 seconds. Vitality are on the verge of elimination. And at this moment in time, it looks like they've got nothing going. They might have a chance. Nolly's got everyone to deal with, and he couldn't do it.
Hold
Huge
it.
bump ahead of the shot there. Full faith in the bump landing as well.
It
Zen
ain't over yet.
leaves it for Alpha and then bumps Nolly out of the way. Just tripped him up on the goal line there to deny the save. Vitality do still have time to work with. Do they still believe in themselves to be able to pull this off? Nodding heads from KC. They're still absolutely the positively minded team right now.
Everywhere they hit this ball.
That's no bueno, bro. We had a pretty nasty stomach bug in our house earlier this week.
Almost found it. But Tira's going to give it a go himself. But all of this is just to buy some more time, steal the boost, keep Vitality boxed on this side of the field. See, Rise just takes the challenge. No need to go for the outplay. You've got 1 minute, you've got 2 goals, and then you've got the flip and spin title.
Huge clear in reverse. Almost goes over the halfway line. Radosin actually does get it a touch just inside the halfway, but now here's Vatira with perfect control and defense. He's got 3 Vitality players in front of him, 2 KC players behind him. That's always good odds when you're Vatira on the ball.
Hold on. Oh.
Stop from Nolly, but he's going to need some help. Zen's already tried to jump to try and hold on to the midfield pressure. 25 seconds. Radosin looks for the bump, doesn't find it. That clear could cure it.
Radosin's cut the rotation early again, but he didn't get the second touch. It's
Damn.
Vatira off the back of Nolly's pass, and what a perfect way to put in what should be the winning goal here. Nolly to Vatira to the back of the net. Look what it means to them to take down Vitality in France, of all places. It turns out this team can lose a 3v3 series to be eliminated from a tournament.
Vatira to take down his biggest rival. Rise to avenge the World Championship Grand Final. And
that's crazy.
To prove that he deserves a spot on a world-class team. Karmine Corp have done it. Flip and spin champions.
That must feel so good for Ferra, especially in the middle. If one guy stays winning, if that RLCS streak continues, it might continue with Ferra.
It's Jover.
Wow, what a result. Really puts the BDS loss to KC in perspective as well. Like I mentioned, they should not be too ashamed of that after seeing.
Damn, man. Well, that's how it all ends, chat. I mean, to be fair, Karmine Corp looked really, really good, right? Like, if we're being fair. We'll be there. All right, well, I'm out of here, chat. We're gonna get up on out of here. I gotta go help put together the rest of the tree here with the fam. Try and see if I can get a little bit of editing done before work. And then don't forget, we'll be back tonight as well. Why am I on this scene instead of this scene? We're back tonight as well for home ground. All right, so tonight we'll have home ground starts at, let me double check again. I think that was what did we say earlier, 10:40. No, it starts like 11 something, 11:10. We'll probably be live around 10:45, I'd imagine. Appreciate y'all coming through and hanging out with your boy today, man. Really means a lot. If y'all enjoyed the vibes, we do a lot of esports watch parties over here, so feel free to hit the like button. 1, to help out your boy. Also, 2, hit subscribe. So you not only be back for the watch parties, but I also do some esports journalistic style content for videos. I appreciate y'all checking them out. until we catch y'all back over here for the next one, man, don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard. All right, y'all? It's your boy Q, signing out. Yeah, 11:10's when it starts. We'll probably be live around 11, maybe 10:45. Keep an eye on the Discord. Peace.